Mm-hmm. Hello and welcome to the 112th episode of the Destiny Community Podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's frozen. And
We broke Holtz, guys.
I had something.
You had 15 pounds of crawdads and you broke everything, right? That's what happened.
Okay. I did some research.
This container
on the break.
oh, jeez.
15 pounds of crawfish is 225 individual crawfish.
That is a massacre.
It depends on the size. You can sometimes get some that would classify as lobsters in that mix, and sometimes some little tiny.
On average, 225.
Patrick asked me to help stop the crawdad meme.
Have you guys ever eaten 225 of anything?
No.
In one
Oreos.
sitting? Oreos?
Goldfish.
I don't know, man. 225 is a lot of goldfish.
Guys, we got CarolinaGamer here.
How high?
I really got to know, CarolinaGamer, what's your stance on crawdads?
I am not a fan.
So you would never even consider 15 pounds of crawdads, let alone like
I would have to get paid a large sum of money.
Okay, got it. Yes.
Yeah. Not my go-to.
Holtz here thinks that 15 pounds is like a standard, like, oh, I'm really feeling some crawdads,
Watts, I appreciate you, saying you wanted to help kill this meme, but
this is me helping.
It's me main dying, man. This is going.
I just think our viewers
into like 2019. All right.
Our viewers deserve to not hear this same thing every single episode. Okay,
for
we're
New
running
Year's
this into the
Eve
ground.
show, for our first show of the new year, can you start off by eating 15 pounds of crawdads?
Yeah,
just have a webcam with me, and I'm
sitting,
yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Just
hi, I'm Patrick Casey, and welcome to DCP.
Welcome
Jackass.
to Crawdads.
And just start eating for the whole show.
I think they're out of season right now. I don't think
crawdads. They're out of season.
Oh,
there's
a crawdad.
Yeah, there's a season for this stuff.
Yes.
Is there a season for bugs? Yeah, I guess there is. There's a season for bugs. All right, it makes sense.
So, CarolinaGamer, I'm going to use you as a segue away from this horrible discussion. How you doing?
I am doing pretty good. Had some dinner right before I hopped online for the podcast, and
not crawdad.
Definitely not crawdad.
Don't encourage.
I had a good meatball sub for dinner. Not
nice.
Yeah, nice.
So, Carolina, for those listening who have no idea who you are, who are you?
I mean, I'm just a gamer trying to game.
In Carolina?
Are you from Carolina?
Yeah. I am actually from Vermont. Insert Kappa emoji. No, I'm from North Carolina. I've lived here pretty much half my life.
Nice.
And yeah, it's partly how my name became what it is. I mainly play Destiny 2 along with you guys. I stream on occasion. I'm trying to get more into it now, especially with the new DLC coming out. And I like to hang out and play and just have fun most of the times. I mainly prioritize doing challenges and stuff like that on the PvE side of the game. But I do dabble in some PvP now and again. So
nice.
Okay. Just all around a player and a huge supporter of Destiny 2.
Nice. So when you say challenges, what could we expect to see? Like what type of challenges would you be doing?
The most recent one that I got into was this past weekend. Myself and some good friends, we ended up doing the entire Last Wish raid without using any type of weapon. So no guns, Last Wish.
Just using abilities only.
Ability only, yeah.
Okay, so what was that? What was
the hardest part of that?
Yeah.
Definitely Riven.
Wow.
We spent at least 6 hours there. Everything else was probably like an hour and a half.
Okay, yeah.
Getting up to Riven.
I was gonna say that had to be like a pretty meaty amount of time figuring that. Like, how did you actually take down Riven? For those that haven't seen it.
Initially, I wanted to do Riven only, no guns, and then when I hopped on, the rest of the fire team talked me into doing the entire raid. So once we ended up getting to Riven, we were running 6 hunters, and we wanted to try to optimize DPS, so use our goldies for damage and try to use our throwing knives for the eyes. But for some reason, there's some like odd magnetism when it comes to throwing knives in those eyes. So we would literally try to throw it at one eye, and it would completely curve and like go into her mouth or something weird like that.
Interesting.
So we ended up just using goldies and spacing them out and having different people run different setups, whether it be different trees on the goldie or different exotics, in order to optimize DPS and take out her eyes. But yeah,
that's awesome.
Wait, I have a question. Have you ever witnessed Thunderlord striking down for the Thunderbolt hitting an eye of Riven?
You're shooting Riven's mouth and it hits her and the Thunderbolt.
I have not. We
collateral lightning.
Thunderlord.
It's a thing, Pat.
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
It happened.
I don't think it's a thing. I think were you on PS4 Watts? Is that why?
No. CC saw it.
Yeah, I don't know. Initially, when Thunderlord
are you calling CC a liar, CG?
CG versus CC.
CC, if you're out there, I love you. I know how supportive you are of everyone, and I'm not calling you a liar. Yeah, we tried Thunderlord pretty much on every boss, and we used it on Riven as well, and I did not witness that multiple occasions of me using it.
Yeah, maybe RNG wasn't a factor.
I am very unlucky. It's true.
Yeah, I have not seen that though.
I'm just gonna say something.
So how did you get started? Did you start YouTube or Twitch first, CG?
I got started on Twitch actually. I want to say maybe almost 4 years ago. I initially was reading the This Week at Bungie, and they featured someone called Logan Scott. He used to do raid carries on PS4 a lot, and I was like, okay, I want to kind of check this out. And I went on to his page on Twitch and signed up for an account there, and pretty much never left. Twitch has become like a second home to me and a lot of other people, and I met a lot of awesome people. Last year went to my first Guardian Con and met some of the awesome people out there, even in the Twitch chat. And yeah, I pretty much started on Twitch, streamed every now and again. I initially started doing like raid carries or help back when Wrath of the Machine first came out. That's when I started getting into more like PvE challenge side of things with speedruns on Wrath or different challenges, low man, solo, Axis, stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's basically how I
that one to be a particularly difficult one to teach people, because there were certain points in that raid where you just needed everybody in the fire team to do a thing. I guess if you're good enough, you could like perform multiple functions, but it just felt like like if you just had a couple of guys who just couldn't like figure it out, like it was just hard.
You see them warlocks when they jump and they're like kind of hovering on the edge of Axis, and then they fall, and you're like, guys, it's over. It's always
the miss floof of a slam,
the miss floof on Axis,
and then the bounce off into the void.
Yeah.
Those were the days, man. Yeah.
Or when you're like, hey, we're gonna cheese Riven, and you're like, has everyone done it? And Tefty's like, no, I haven't done it. And we're just like, hey, Tefty, just follow me. We're gonna go to the crystal. We're gonna go to the crystal room. We're all gonna go there. And he's like, okay. Not 3 seconds later, Tefty's running.
I was reading chat, man. I was reading chat. Went to autopilot. It happens.
You tilted me so fucking
You're
hard.
Welcome, Holtz. For all of the previous tilting that has happened in the past, you're welcome.
Yeah, that's karma right there.
That is karma, man. That is karma.
Probably. I expected so much from you guys.
That was your first mistake.
Amazingly.
We did.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of Destiny news this week, like a lot.
It's quite a bit.
A lot has happened and is happening. Yeah, and it's going to happen.
Yes.
Did you guys watch the ViDoc? I don't know. It kind of flew under the radar. I know, but
yeah, definitely missed it.
I definitely watched it, and I was just as I was watching it, I was like, "There's just so much going on here. I can't pause it every 2 seconds and be like, what is this thing?" I just watched it and enjoyed it. Know that I missed a bunch of stuff.
There you
not
go.
Pausing it.
Honestly, I can't. I was blown away by the fact that they really went in on the fact that they are making like the end game expand for the whole year.
Yeah,
like that's
their thing.
That impressed me big time. And you know they did spoil a few things like with the exotics and certain the encounters of the Forge with the video, but like man, they really seem to have like promised that the end game is going to evolve and we're going to get more of what we liked out of Forsaken throughout the whole year. And that makes me super excited.
If they do it like they did the continuing story in Forsaken, where you go to the Dreaming City and you kind of continually get story. I mean, we're still getting story like up to this week, right? Like new stuff is happening. Like I find that to be incredible. I will say I'm gonna miss a campaign. Having like a short campaign to do, like and getting that story all in one. I mean,
I'm not
right. A little bit.
I'm not gonna miss it at all.
Man, that was a great 2-hour campain.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And then you hate doing it on your other characters, and you're like,
that's also a thing. That's also true.
I'm gonna miss hating that thing that I like complaining about.
Yeah, exactly. What'd you guys think of the Forge? What they've shown? Well, I'm assuming you can't talk about this stuff.
So yeah, let's just get this out of the way. Not running the raid with you guys. I'm going to be quiet for a lot of this podcast as we discuss stuff. And I had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, Thanksgiving, guys.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah,
that happened.
It was nice. Yeah,
We played Spank the Yeti.
Yes, we did.
Spank the Yeti, nice. Oh yeah, you guys, locals, right?
Locals.
That local life, though.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, they're naming it the Forge, right? Season of the Forge, and there's gonna be forges. Yeah. They've also used the term in the ViDoc. They used the term Horde mode.
Horde mode, like I think they said.
I did hear that.
Not just like this is a Horde mode.
This
horde
is
mode.
Dangerous.
That's what I thought. This is dangerous, right? Because using that word forge once again sets us up for the expectation that we're going to be able to forge stuff, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which we had that expectation going into Osiris DLC
last year,
right? And then we also had the expectation of having a Horde mode going into that DLC.
Yeah.
Like I'm just hoping that they follow through on these things.
Osiris. All over again. Oh, dear Lord.
These words have meaning to gamers, right?
Yes, they do.
They definitely do. So from what they said in that video, they were saying that they wanted players to be able to take stuff to the Forge and forge their own stuff, right? Like they were taking it to this place and forging their
like a real
own
forge
equipment. So that's what I feel like they would have learned from the Osiris forging of your weapons.
I sincerely
feel like they have to have learned from that. And I mean, one really positive thing, even if this isn't a pure Horde mode, is that it is match made.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that was a nice
so good. And you can just load in with your it's made for 3 people. You can just load in with your 3-man fire team, go in there, or if you're solo, you can just have matchmake 2 other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which that was really nice to know because we've needed matchmaking for these things.
Yeah, if you're still trying to do the blind well, you'll know that it's actually pretty hard to find people in there at this point.
It is.
Yeah.
So getting we've had modes like that in the past. Getting matchmaking in there, I think, is an improvement. I like that quite a bit.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The only thing is with with Escalation Protocol and Blind Well, you can get essentially 9 people in there. This one, it looks like, you matchmake with 3 people. And is it going to just stop it? Like, is the instance only going to be 3 people? Is it a 3-person activity? Or are you going to be able to do the...
They confirmed that. Yeah.
They did?
It's a separate instance, location, arena, or whatever, where you go into. People won't be able to see you doing it.
So it's
no more trying to stack 9 people into.
So it's exclusively a 3-person team.
Or get strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get that light level.
I think that's an okay trade-off.
Yeah, I would say so. It's nice though. It's fun being able to be with a ton of guardians and murder stuff.
It is fun.
So Attack Eyebrows in chat just said that someone got a blueprint to drop from one of the saboteurs that are currently roaming the world.
Yep.
Really?
So
I've heard about those.
Are you gonna kill enemies in the world, and you're gonna get a blueprint for a weapon that you can forge?
And then if you forge that weapon, are you selecting the perks that go on that weapon, or are you getting a random roll when you forge a weapon?
I would imagine it's a random.
No idea.
Like being able to select the
That's
specific
how they
perk.
could make that thing like replayable.
Exactly.
Yeah. Random rolls.
So quick thing that's going on this week.
If it's got random rolls, though, what's the point?
hold on, Briar. For people that don't know, the saboteurs are happening right now on Nessus and in EDZ. So you can go in and there's 2 locations per planet. On EDZ and Nessus, and there's a low chance that they're going to drop a new legendary. And some of those legendaries, or sometimes it can turn into one of these schematics or some sort of piece of thing for the Forge. Yeah, I think, anyways, it seems that way. Because I think Fortune, he was with me and he got something for the Forge. So this is definitely interesting. They're including some things that are outside the Forge to go and hunt for pieces to potentially use during this, which would for sure make the longevity of loot grinding for it already much better than Curse of Osiris. Curse of Osiris was one and done.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. What's the difference of getting a blueprint, bringing it to the Forge, and getting a random roll, as opposed to just getting the random roll to begin with?
You can only get it from the Forge.
Okay.
Maybe, so the weapons that we're getting from the saboteurs, maybe those aren't Forge weapons.
Right.
And we have to get a blueprint in order to do the Forge.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially would be my guess.
Or maybe you're like required to use those weapons within like the Forge themselves and level them up, or maybe potentially turn them into exotics that we don't know about, or anything like that. Or
maybe they're the catalyst.
Maybe, yeah.
Like those weapons that drop are the catalyst. You add the schematic, it evolves into something better.
Yeah, that could be something.
Mm-hmm. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely don't expect them to let you cherry pick the perks, Briar.
No, I mean, there's got to be something to being able to forge your own weapon, though, that's different than just getting a random roll.
What if they just do the curated roll thing again? So there's random roll versions, and then there's the curated roll of each forge weapon. And maybe there's a way that you can like get a schematic and gather materials or whatever you need to do to guarantee the curated roll. Maybe it just takes you longer. No idea. But
yeah.
I would be surprised if they didn't keep doing curated rolls, because people were really excited about those.
Yeah.
I like those too.
Yeah.
Care to
we got to look at some new exotics as well in that trailer.
Yes, we did.
We did.
Izanagi's Burden is a new sniper rifle, and if you hold the reload button, it combines all 4 bullets in the magazine into one
mega
ultra powerful bullet. Yeah, one mega bullet that can one-shot Guardians in the Crucible, but they also compared it to Whisper of the Worm and Sleeper Simulant for PvE, being able to do massive damage, which excited me because we've been using Sleeper Simulant and Whisper of the Worm in one form or another to do boss damage for 3 years, and I'm ready for something new.
Yeah, for sure. That thing sounds awesome. I love the concept of it.
It depends how much damage that means. If you eat all of those bullets, is it worth eating all of that ammo? Do you get a massive damage payoff? I hope so.
In the ViDoc, they specifically said that it competes.
They did, yeah.
So
do they mean burst damage or sustained damage, though? You know,
true.
Yeah, if it does like an absurd amount of damage within like a short amount of time, then it will definitely come in handy for like melting bosses and stuff like that. The thing about Whisper does like absurd damage over time, but if this sniper actually puts out that damage or even more than Whisper does, then it could definitely be like a good contester to like melt certain bosses or be optimal.
Yeah,
Carolina, I got a question for you. So you do a lot of raid challenges. I imagine you consider yourself a pretty accomplished raider.
I don't consider myself any of that. I just play, man.
For like your loadouts and everything, do you find yourself using a lot of the same weapons?
I definitely do. Like, for instance, the EP shotgun. Like, you guys know that just got a nerf.
Rest in peace.
I am not personally. I'm not sure why they nerfed it. I know a lot of people have been talking about it with me, and I imagine that they nerfed it just due to how much it's being used. I feel like every time I play Gambit, for instance, it's always EB shotgun and like Queensbreaker or Sleeper or something.
I feel like the majority of the reason is Gambit, personally.
Yeah, the boss melting Gambit, it's pretty much just done with that weapon, like nothing else. I don't ever see anyone use anything else.
It's the go-to.
How much did it get nerfed? Like
so it basically, the perk only activates when it procs. It only activates 3 shots after it procking. Does that make sense? So you would have to reapply a melee in order to get the perk to go again.
Shoot 3 punch, shoot 3 punch.
if you want to keep the perk going. But for me, I personally don't mind the nerf. I would have done it a little differently. Maybe drop the actual like buff, so like the percentage.
Didn't they also say they're adding that perk to other shotguns too?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, it could be that would be cool for me.
We saw in the
ViDoc, right?
one of the screens in the ViDoc. We saw I believe it was a kinetic shotgun. With trench barrel on it.
Yeah, that was my other thought.
What if it's a rocket launcher with trench barrel?
Yeah, there we go.
Wow. Yeah, my thought was like, if they're nerfing it, then they're adding it to the loot pool. But like, it's a flip side because you're always going to use Iclo shotgun if it's always top tier like that. But if they nerf it and add some other options, then it adds variety.
Which I personally love because I like Midnight Coup, EP, and say like Whisper, Sleeper. Yeah. Pretty much the most used weapons on the PvE side of the game. And for me, I am a fan of Midnight Coup's perks, but not the gun itself. I am extremely tired of using that weapon.
Dare you, CG? Unbelievable.
I am sorry to all you Midnight Coup lovers out there, but I actually hate the gun when it comes down to it. But I only use it. Like,
I just double downing on this? Unbelievable.
I hate the gun.
Who invited this guy?
Jesus,
it's completely overrated. Like it's such a good weapon with those perk combinations, which is why everyone uses it.
Yes.
And I definitely
and the 150
I use it myself. Yeah. Okay. But I personally prefer the feel of like say old fashioned or I used to like Better Devils, then explosive rounds got nerfed, so I haven't touched that in like years. But I do like mixing up my like my raid loadout, for instance. Like the other day I was running Perfect Paradox, Nation of the Beasts, and just like a random like linear fusion or something like that in the raid. I hate using the same weapons over and over again. I mean, they added all these roles and all these weapons in the game for us to use them. And I want to I want to experience different loadouts.
That's the thing that Destiny has over so many other shooters is the sheer amount of different weapons, and to not be able to use those weapons because you feel like you're holding back your fire team is a bummer.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I will say
most of the time.
I will say I am looking forward to hopefully a 150 archetype hand cannon that can roll like rapid hit and rampage in Black Armory. Like I would love that.
We have a serious missing hand cannon problem with Forsaken. They're all like energy weapons. There's not very many kinetic.
Hand
cannons.
I feel like they're purposely left out.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a problem that extends to all weapons. Like if I want a high impact energy sniper, you're pretty much stuck to the rapid fire ones. If you want a high impact one, you better use a kinetic one. So
Going back to Izanagi's burden, does that perk remind anybody else of final round snipers in the Crucible? Like the difference is you're not firing your first two bullets into the ground, you're just reloading.
But it's going to be
heavy.
But
my question is, what does putting 2 shots into it do? What does putting 3 shots?
Is that an option?
But we don't know if that's how the perk actually works, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If does it have to be a full thing and then you reload that and get the perk, or can it be 2 and then you get slightly more? I don't know.
Yeah, just gotta wait and find out, I guess.
Oh, crap.
Load the sniper and melt the boss instantly before they could come over. Oh, maybe that's not fun. I don't want that tape.
So
it's also
for some reason
it also body shot an invader. Right?
Tefty, hold on.
Yeah, for some reason I literally turned my power settings to not turn off my monitor, and like I think an update reset them. So I have to move my mouse all the time during. Windows, man. Why does it do it?
You gotta get one of those. Have you ever seen those little mouse? They're USB sticks that you stick into your mouth in your computer, and their sole function is to cause mouse jitter.
Just jiggle a little bit.
For people, people use it at like corporate environments where like Windows is like locked into going to sleep after 5 minutes. You know, like in a corporate environment where security is big. So people buy these little USB stick, and all it does is jitter your mouse, like just a smidge. Never even see it.
That's funny.
Or, maybe like Discord could lock the video feed, so it's like, you're in a video.
Yeah. You don't want me to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's not time to go to sleep because you're in a video call. Yeah, like Skype did. Jesus, I can't believe Skype has something on
Are we okay? Is the show still going on?
Oh yeah, we're okay now.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay, so that's the sniper rifle.
Yeah, we got a new bow.
Oh, talk about the bow, Brian.
I'm talking about
I
the
need
bow.
to talk about
the bow, Briar.
If anybody can help me out with the pronunciation, though, Le Monarchie, I'm gonna go
It's
with.
French.
French.
Limonaki.
Limonaki. Limonaki. Oh, my God.
Okay, that's the sound I'm gonna make every time I shoot somebody. You silly English niggas. Pestilence arrows is the perk. On a perfect draw, a hit target receives damage over time. On a perfect draw with a precision hit, all enemies in the void cloud receive damage over time. So if you get a precision hit, it creates this like void explosion. It's like a void ball of mist, and anybody in there gets damage over time.
Yeah.
Like compared this thing to the thorn, but it's not a hand cannon. You're not going to fire it as fast as you would a hand cannon.
No.
But bows typically can 2-tap, right?
Yeah, they can right now in this meta, from what I know.
Can it 1-tap?
This bow?
I doubt that this bow will do. That will completely break Crucible.
You're gonna get a
I
headshot,
highly
and then
doubt it.
someone's gonna burn.
See, I think what's going to happen is if you miss the glory days of the butt hugging meta, the ass one hand in a cheek meta, then you combo up with this bow and you 2-tap.
You just smoke cloud everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody's
getting
together. You
smoked.
just smoke cloud them.
Haze.
Smoke them out.
Yeah.
This bow is pretty exciting for me because it seems like they're starting to go down this more RPG route of giving us buffs and debuffs. So you can actually start making a build around debuffing enemies by using maybe spectral blades and getting the melee off and doing more damage. With this bow, you can do it like that. So that's actually really exciting to me. I think it's really cool if we're going to get more like classes, traditional classes and builds and stuff like that.
I would love that.
I like that it relies on precision too. Like you have to really nail it to get the full effect out of this thing.
And Oathkeeper with not getting buffed might actually be useful with this bow.
Well, Oathkeeper did that before the not getting a buff.
Well, yeah, I thought they were gonna fix it, but then we realized it wasn't a bug. It's just the way it is, and now it's. They just took away the text.
Yes.
We're getting a new grenade launcher, exotic grenade launcher called Anarchy. Grenades stick to surfaces and chain arc bolts to other mines.
Interesting.
Oh.
This does look like fun.
It looks like fun.
Yeah.
It looks like you can kind of trap somebody in like a area and just have them like getting zapped to death. Like even if you don't kill them with the grenade launches itself, like it just looked like fun to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not the most optimal, but super fun.
No. Yeah. It's definitely got a year one season 3 look to it with the Fallen look, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a fallen grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fourth one that they talked about, I don't know the name of this one because has anybody seen this one in riding the fusion rifle, the Mega Buster?
Oh, the hand thing?
I think they
glove.
only showed it in the ViDoc. They didn't
so they say the name of it, but man, it's like hard to exactly hear what he says in that. Anyway, it's a fusion rifle that your hand goes into, almost like Mega Man's Mega Buster.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't really act like a fusion rifle though. It shoots a bolt that tracks enemies and explodes on impact like a rocket.
Yeah. Strange.
I'm sold.
They were saying Jotun.
Jotun?
Jotun?
Jotun.
Jotun.
Like Jotunheim.
Nintendo Power Glove.
Jotun.
Sure.
I'm going to call it the Mega Buster from here on
There
out.
you go.
I mean, the thing. But I mean, it looked cool. I don't know what is fusion rifle about it other than
it's a bolt.
Like, it looks like a fusion rifle, but it seems to act.
It's like a linear fusion, maybe. Yeah, and it just charges up and shoots a straight.
Oh, maybe
beam.
it charges. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what's fusion about it. So you get to charge it, then it fires the bolt that tracks enemies and explodes on impact.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's a charge phase for sure. Because
so it's a
that'd
charging.
be broken if it wasn't the cooldown. Yeah,
rocket
exactly.
Grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna be like the season of explosions, man.
It's really interesting though, because like a lot of these aren't things that we've seen before, which gets me really excited about Black Armory. This is some unique ideas for weapons.
Yeah,
for sure, right?
I like it.
And they come with new foundries too. You got like a Japanese foundry, a French foundry. I can't remember what was the other foundry. They were like themed to regions, right?
Norse.
They were. Was it Norse? Oh, that's why. That's where Jotun comes from.
Yeah,
because that's a Norse thing.
Yep,
for sure.
Interesting.
But yeah, and then they also talked about a returning exotic and clearly showed the last word on a hunter's hip.
Yeah.
So and then they even in the this week at Bungie this week, they show that there's going to be a quest, an exotic quest on January 29th called The Draw, and they have a picture of the last word, like that same picture from the ViDoc.
I don't know. It could be anything.
I think it could be the first curse, you know?
Could be. That would be hilarious if that's what happened. I would be very happy.
The ultimate troll.
Actually,
that would be
It'd be
really
amazing,
funny.
honestly.
I love the first curse. Do it.
I actually also enjoyed it. I
enjoyed it too.
D1, I completely hated the last word.
I see we have men of culture in this podcast. Yes.
I completely that was probably the most overused exotic weapon throughout the entirety of Destiny 1, in my opinion, in Crucible at least. I like to at times, unless I'm like really trying to win and I'm just messing around and have fun, I prefer to go anti-meta. So I stayed away from the last word.
CG. It was CG. You're telling me. Hold on. You're telling me you hate the coup and the last word.
I love this.
Yeah, you heard right.
This is. Oh my god.
He tilts Tefty. He doesn't use meta stuff. He likes first curse.
He likes fun.
Yeah. We're good.
How do you feel about Thorn?
Okay, Thorn was definitely my baby back in the day.
Oh, that's a meta weapon right there.
I used it before they nerfed it. So when I first started playing Crucible, so I tried to use the best thing at the time. Yeah. No, but Thorn was cool. I used it a lot. It was definitely broken, and I see why it got nerfed. I personally wouldn't mind like not having it come back. I kind of want to leave that in the past for me. So
well, okay, so that makes me ask the question of the last word. Holtz, would you like to tell us what's changed about it and how it's going to be different in the meta?
I can tell you about Gumbo, my philosophy on how dark the roux should be before you should.
Do you guys think
add vegetables?
Do you guys think it's going to actually be different?
I hope it's different. I hope they pull like a similar to Thunderlord, how it's got a familiar aesthetic and like kind of works the same, but it's a little bit different just to switch things up.
I have a bad feeling.
You got yeah.
Well, because it's a gun that is so loved by a lot of people. Yeah. I have a feeling that that's going to come back, and it's just not going to be what people want it to be.
Just a basic hand cannon.
Yeah.
It comes back as a 180 archetype. That's just
that would be.
It's just a 180, but with an animation. Oh lordy.
God, that'd be like your best friend comes back from a trip and is a completely different person. You're like, who are you? I don't even know you anymore. God.
They also showed off the gameplay calendar, talking about what we can expect from the annual pass. And there's a bunch of stuff for the free seasonal updates. They talk about the Dawning, Crimson Days, Gambit private matches and maps coming, spring event that they haven't named yet. Solstice of Heroes is coming between June and August, and season of the Robot Ninja. And they also talk about what's coming in the annual pass content. And I haven't heard Bungie refer to new raid content as raid without the term raid lair or raid content until I saw this graphic. And then in the graphic, they showed new raid coming in season of the Forge and new raid coming in season of the Robot Ninja. And then they went further on Twitter to explain that, that we thought this was good enough to be a full-blown, call it a full-blown raid, not a raid lair.
Yeah.
Don't expect Riven, but expect a raid. which got me kind of
Awesome.
excited because I was expecting raid layers.
Same.
Yeah.
But also, actually, go for it, CG.
Yeah, when I first saw like what they posted on Twitter and on the Bungie.net site, which is what they later on confirmed, like raid layers is supposed to be continuations of the original raid for like that content drop.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think back, like we did 2 raid layers back on Leviathan, so I don't want to say it's going to be longer than the current raid layers that we have now. But that could be like a strategy that they use to like obviously differ from the Dreaming City and Last Wish.
Pretty sure they confirmed that it was going to be longer because they said it's longer than a raid layer, but not as big as the Last Wish because it's the biggest one they've ever made.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
It's great.
I did hear in the ViDoc Hops mentioned it's Wrath of the Machine-esque. So for me, I'm looking forward to that.
So
yeah,
I love the Wrath of the Machine.
Here's my biggest thing about that. If they're going to call it a full-on raid, then yes, longer than a raid layer, get that. But it's got to have loot that it can't just be a couple weapons like they did in the previous raid layers.
Right.
That was a huge disappointment for me. Like it was just a recoloration of the armor plus like 2 weapons. I was like, I want.
Yeah, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. I want things to grind for. I want to chase.
Definitely.
So
I think it's going to be easier for them to do that this time around because it's not an extension of Last Wish. It's a completely different thing. Whereas with the Leviathan, it was the same theme and the same place, right? Whereas this is like, we can do another hand cannon and another bow, for example, because it's a completely different theme and a whole new armor set that doesn't look anything like Last Wish. Because it's in the city.
That's
true.
It's
in the Last City. It's called Scourge of the Past.
Yep.
Scourge, I think, is a telling word, right? We've been fighting the Scourge.
raid.
Yeah, it's probably gonna have some falling in it. From like clips that I've seen also. I was debating with someone earlier about it. Seems like we could potentially be riding our sparrows at some point during the raid.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be something cool.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. But going back to
going into the Last City is very exciting, right?
Yeah,
like,
very exciting.
This is well, we did it in the campaign a bit for Destiny 2, Vanilla Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah,
it's great.
It'll be cool.
I always felt like the city was like an untapped potential for the Destiny universe to go and explore. And there's all these doors with things behind it that I always want to. Destiny 2 launched with us finally going through one of those doors. We're like, what's behind that door? I've always wanted to go behind that door. Finally, we got that. And it's like there's a huge city in there. I want to explore in there. So yeah.
Yeah, that big black door that used to be in the tower, and we finally. I forgot about that. Right after Ikora kills.
We finally went through that.
And don't forget, there's a lot of bunny imagery.
I like bunnies.
I also like bunnies.
And the word Schnell.
Rabbit stew.
That's got to be a beer. Schnell beer, the beer of Guardians.
Oh man,
it's possible.
It's exciting. I'm very happy that it's a legit raid.
Yeah. Oh, and it's coming out on the 7th.
Right.
3 days.
At 9 a.m. And it's recommended power is 640.
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yeah, are you gonna be okay?
Gotta be up early.
Hefty.
Just pulling all nighter. You'll be good.
That's
brutal.
3 hours after I went to bed, man.
Yeah, pull an all-nighter and then go, try to clear through a raid the first time while you're still trying to learn everything.
Yeah.
Sounds like a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Hefty, please do it. I want to watch that.
I would be entertained also.
Yes.
The other thing is there's not going to be a soft level cap increase, right? So the soft cap is staying at 500. So, assuming you're 600 now, it's going to be a slow crawl to get up to 650.
Oh, they confirmed that on Twitter?
That first
they did, yeah. It's in the TWAB.
TWAB.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
The very next section, in fact.
So how we are progressing with light now is how we will be progressing.
How many people are actually going to be 640? Yeah.
I personally think, like myself and a few of my clanmates and some of our friends, we've already been prepping I haven't been doing it as much, but like say some of my friends, they've been already doing like stacking up Iron Banner bounties. I know a lot of people have been going after the Pinnacle weapons that came out with the new season.
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk about that.
Personally, we have been avoiding like Gambit and Crucible because if you guys don't know, you actually get rank up packages each time you level up in the levels, and it gives you powerful gear. So we've been pretty much avoiding those.
Already messed up.
So anyone that's out there optimizing, yeah. I think we're probably gonna go into the raid between like 630, 640. Someone with insane RNG, probably Gigs or Modern or someone. They're probably gonna be like 645 or something crazy like that on raid day.
That's some really good tips right there.
Yeah, I messed up silver.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry,
guys.
Yeah, I've actually been taking my time. I haven't put I'm gonna have some options available. This is good.
I'll just get lucky. It'll be on PC. My character's really lucky. It'll be fine.
There you go. Perfect. RNG. You'd be blessed.
RNG.
Yeah.
A couple more things before we move on. The annual pass content in the season of the Robot Ninja, they claim there's a new 6-player match-made activity coming.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to finding out.
6v6
Zero bounties. There's going to get bounties in
Zero bounties
of the Drifter, which is between March and May.
Zero finally needs some new stuff.
He's going to give us mod components.
Legendary shards. Guys, I honestly feel like every time you get a duplicate exotic, it should give you masterwork cores, and they should bring back glass needles. And I think the only way you should get glass needles is if you get a duplicate.
Yes.
So
I agree with all these things.
Yeah. So when you get a duplicate, instead of going, God, another foe tracer, unbelievable, you're like, oh, cool, I got 5 masterwork cores, I got some glass needles. I would,
I like that.
I'd be personally happy about seeing exotic duplicates.
Yeah, I agree.
So the soft cap will remain at 500 power. Players under 550 power should expect to see prime engrams more frequently and receive higher power bumps to help them reach endgame levels. Power reward sources will remain consistent for those who own Destiny 2 Forsaken, and there will be new powerful reward sources for those who own the annual pass.
What do you guys think about that? That everyone, like if you own Forsaken, you can get to 650. You don't have to have the annual pass for that.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that. Yeah,
I'm definitely okay with that because I wasn't interested in the annual pass specifically just for light gains.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah,
all the content that came with it.
Yeah, new activities, new loot, all that. That's what I bought the annual pass for.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay.
Everybody will also be getting a package of gratitude if you play Destiny 2 Forsaken before October 16th. You'll receive the Veterans of the Hunt reward, which includes a unique bundle, a unique shader, 2 exotic emotes, and some Fireteam medallions and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
The unique shader looks exactly like the one we got in Destiny 1 with like the dark tiger print kind of thing.
It looks lighter. Like there's
I think so.
more grays on it. Because the other one was pretty dark overall. This one seems to feature more grays, lighter grays. I'm more excited about the coin flip emote. So we can finally we can settle some stuff. Like, hey guys, what are we doing tonight? Okay, flip the coin flip. Great.
It'd be great if it told you heads or tails. Does it tell you heads or tails?
It shows
blue or yellow?
Different color. Yeah.
We don't know if it shows up or if there's a text line after that.
Hopefully there's RNG involved in that. Like, it's not just 50-50.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just like
flips back and forth.
If you throw it yellow once, the next time it's going to be blue. The next time it's going to be yellow. You know,
alternating.
I would imagine. I hope.
I would assume it's RNG.
Did anybody see that GIF that was going around Twitter with the emotes kind of in order? One guy puts down the table.
It's in the TWAB too.
Yeah.
Oh, is it in the TWAB? And the next guy sits down at the table, and the next guy starts roasting a marshmallow on it. That was pretty good.
That's funny.
It was great.
Yeah, that was really good.
I like a lot of the new emotes that came in.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely did a good job.
So when people were like, Holtz, what are you excited about for Black Armory. I was like, I can't talk about anything. And now it's like, oh shit, yeah, these fucking emotes. I can talk about these emotes. we talked about because when we were working there, almost like the first part when we were working there is when the Captain America meme was like at its height, and we were just like, we need this, we demand this, and so I knew it was coming.
Nice.
I was really excited to finally see it.
I gotta say the designs of the weapon ornaments, I feel like they're on another level, personally.
Yeah,
for most of them, yeah. I think they're like the art team. Bungie's art team is always amazing, but like some of these weapon designs really feel like, I don't know. I feel like they're on another level. I'm really enjoying it.
The new Gambit legendary weapon ones are so good. So now you can choose between having like this kind of ivory type skin for it, or you can have this more metal one, which is the newer one.
Really?
Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
I like.
What did you guys think about the Black Armory weapons that are dropping from those 4 locations, 2 on Earth and 2 on is it Io or Nessus?
I've spent way too much time trying to get that stuff.
Me too. I spent a good 4 hours just sitting there waiting 10 minutes in between, and we're talking about all sorts of dumb shit.
It's exciting when there's something new in Destiny that like only very few people have, because RNG is so like it. Maybe after 80 kills, I've got 2 weapons, 80 to 100, somewhere around there. So
I've only gotten 1 so far.
Yeah, and these are weapons you're probably going to throw away next week pretty fast, because they're probably.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Mine is a rocket launcher that has no redeeming qualities other than the fact that it's got a new shader on it.
It's always exciting seeing this stuff. Even if they're like kind of meh, it's cool seeing something new that's in the loot pool.
Yeah. That's one of the things with the story in Forsaken. Like, we kept getting new bits of story. Like, I'd like to see them kind of drop new weapons as the season goes along too, like legendary weapons. Like, I'm kind of hoping they talk about the Forge a little bit in the TWAB, and they show that like the Forge is gonna like release in like 3 parts, right? We're gonna get I'm gonna mess these names up. The Volander Forge on December 4th, the Gofan Forge on December 7th, and the Izanami Forge on December 18th. Like, I'm kind of hoping they have their own loot pools so that like we're still being introduced to new weapons as we go along.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Niobe Labs is coming on January 8th. I don't even know what that is, but I'm kind of hoping that's got like its own loot pool. And like, so like, not only are we getting more story as the annual pass additional content goes, like whatever they want to call it, but I'm hoping that like it also unlocks new legendary weapons and like new loot grinds as time goes on.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Which probably would run the risk of having people log in day 1 and feel like, well, I did everything. That was really quick, right?
Yeah. I personally think I'll give Bungie the benefit of the doubt, because we can look at Forsaken and see how things have changed compared to vanilla D2. So I would imagine that they do have their own like loot pools, and including shaders and weapons and whatnot. So I think we just got to play it and see what it's like.
Yeah.
But I will have a good feeling it definitely will be different sets of loot from each individual forge and whatnot.
Yeah,
do you think the Niobe Labs are going to be another forge, or is that going to be something totally different?
I think it's something different. Why didn't they use the word forge there?
Yeah, they would have called it forge if it was the same.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be different weapons for sure, but I hope it's not like 1 or 2 that you can go and get. That's like a curated roll or something like that. I hope there's a set of weapons. It might be too much to ask for, but also I hope there's new perks that are associated with just these forge weapons.
Yeah, it gives you a reason to actually go in and do it.
Yeah.
That's
and
what
you
I
see
want.
someone out there, oh my god, they actually beat this level of the forge. They got this roll on this gun or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is always a cool feeling.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything else at the TWAB we want to talk about?
The people that won movie of the week did a 3-man Petra's run of Last Wish.
Yeah, shout out to Chevy.
We've had Chevy on the podcast before.
Chevy did it?
Yeah.
I'll watch the video after the show.
It's
that's impressive, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that scares me about Petra's run is the freaking guitar error. Right?
I don't know what causes that, but every time I see the guitar emote now, I think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is it's brutal. It's kind of demoralizing for some teams when they get that far and then just get guitared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
hopefully they fix the issue soon.
It seems so random to get guitared.
Yeah, no one actually knows the cause of it. I've done a fair amount of raids, and every time we get to the heart, everyone's like, take off your emblems.
Yeah.
Make sure we wipe, pick up your ammo, pick up your orbs. Like, no one actually knows the actual
Empty your
cause
postmaster, make sure you run a block, run around the block
Scratch your head 3 times. Yeah.
Something
Something random. No one knows.
Make sure Destiny 1 is actually downloading on a console in your house at any given time while you're doing this.
Yeah.
I feel like it has something to do with the transition between like the initial room and then when you go into the, for lack of a better term, floor is lava room. Like it's the transition between like that room and then the vault room. There was like one night where my internet was just really unstable, just very, very low connection. And that's the space every single time that we would get guitared, because I would start to like, there would just be like, I guess too much information coming in right there. And if like the game just can't figure out what's going on one player's side, like just boots
you think
everyone.
if it can't rectify information, then it just does a kick?
Maybe I have no idea, but like it seems that area is where it happens like 99% of the time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You guys hear about the Morgoth bug?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did hear about this. You can't like damage him at a certain phase.
No. So you know how he has the strength that stacks up? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. When he hits 50%, just hard crash. Just hard crash.
Man. Is it
so?
It's like 100% of the time now, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's on every if it's on every platform. But yeah. So the trick is do your damage before he hits 50%, and then stagger him, and then repeat damage phase.
Yeah. From what I've heard, I'm pretty confident it's only on console.
Okay.
Oh, really?
But yeah, so either you're gonna have the 2 phase or just absolutely annihilate his health and melt him before he hits that 50% point. But I've done a couple of raids this week and I haven't seen him at all. But I play on PC, so I don't know. I definitely have not seen that glitch. But yeah, hopefully they fix the issue soon.
Yeah, they said that there will be I think it's in the it's in the known issues thing on the on the TWAB. So they know about it, and they said the issue is expected to be resolved with the update on the 4th of December.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Well, that's
Did
good.
you guys see the new chat commands that you can do on the PC version?
Yeah. About
really
time
useful.
they added that. I know.
Yeah.
You can add a friend and remove a friend with a chat command, which is really nice.
I don't care about that.
Invite and join a fire team.
Adding them.
Yeah, invite and join is
so useful.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a real PC game, guys.
I know, right? That's crazy.
I was psyched to see that. I like that they're like improving not just the content of the game, but also like the foundation of the game, like the code behind the game. Like as we go, like getting those features like that, that's great.
So some people might not know this, but like it's on console, you could just invite somebody. You could search somebody's profile and invite them. On PC, you had to add people as a friend, and you can only have 200 friends on Blizzard, which is mind blowing. I don't understand why they have a restriction right there. So you've had to add people.
It's a Battle.net thing.
Yeah, but it's 2018, going to be 2019 soon.
I get it.
There's Google exists. So that finally, like that is huge for LFGs. Just being able to be like / invite that battle tag thing.
Yeah,
huge.
When I saw that, I was just like, yeah, finally, I can. It's like World of Warcraft now. Just / invite someone. Done. No more of this. You gotta be on the friends list.
Yeah,
definitely a good change.
Now all those people that put like weird characters and underscores in their names are gonna are going to be feeling the pain though.
Yeah, but on PC you can just copy paste.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That there were people in World of Warcraft that had all alt character letters in their names,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and you'd
Lord.
feel like, okay, never inviting you to a group
Yeah.
ever. No, don't care. I believe this is the portion of the podcast where we would make a wonderful transition, possibly into Twitter questions, unless we had other stuff to possibly.
There's more stuff to talk about.
Okay,
Yeah, there's
We gotta talk
definitely more
about the
stuff to
Pinnacle
talk about.
weapons.
Yeah,
Oh
Pinnacle
yeah,
weapons.
we had a patch that happened this week. There's Pinnacle weapons. Has anyone gotten any of them?
I have the Gambit auto rifle.
Congrats.
I heard that thing's a monster.
It's really good. So even just as a base weapon, it just feels really good. It's
Mhm.
stable. It's got good range. And then once you start spinning up, oh man,
Yeah.
it's
What are
it
the
just
perks on it?
shreds things. So what it does is it gets a rampage stack, and then with every rampage stack, it goes up in fire rate.
That's
So when
brutal.
you're
It
at
keeps the
3
same damage though,
rampage
right?
stacks, you're just
Yeah.
just
Yeah, I
mowing.
think just the rate of fire goes
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Mowing.
Apparently in PvP, it has some weird properties to the damage. From just that's what my chat was discussing.
Like
I
good
haven't
weird
gotten it.
or bad
Like-
weird?
Like it performs not how you would expect it
lowers
to,
the impact?
but still good. Yeah, like damage, like the damage like doesn't increase like a normal rampage stack would. Like
Oh, really?
it messes with the the
Oh,
like the
does it-
impact of the weapon too.
Does it
Kind of like
change? Does the impact change like the fire rate? Like,
yeah.
As
It's
the
like
fire rate
the
goes
it's like
up,
the Fabian
impact goes down. Okay.
Yeah, it's like Fabian strategy. At least
That
in
makes
PvP,
sense.
on like stack 1 of Rampage. Apparently, that's what happens. I haven't gotten it. Haven't done tests. So
Yeah.
Apparently, it does 25 damage, then 24, then 27, then 29. So it's going.
it
up
goes
and
down on the
Up and
first
down.
stack of Rampage. That's weird.
Weird,
That's
Very
kind of
strange.
disappointing.
but it
Yeah.
feels really good. Honestly, I felt like it was killing people faster than other autos that I've used recently in the Crucible.
Hmm.
Just feels really consistent and really good range,
Huh.
and it's beautiful. The
Yeah, it's really good looking.
It's got
Yeah.
the little Gambit coin on the side, but
Mhm.
then also on the reticle, it's got the Gambit logo. in
That's
there.
cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a really cool looking gun.
I've been working my way towards the fusion rifle, but I've also been saving that stuff because I know the power gains.
You just found out about
No,
that.
I actually-
You were just like, CG's telling me just
No,
what I knew about.
Last night we were talking about how like those are power rewards. I was like, I'm gonna save them for next week because of that. But
Yeah. I actually saw like a really interesting clip on Twitter earlier. I don't know who posted it, but that fusion rifle actually mapped someone from I don't know if you guys know the map Bannerfall.
Yep.
From like outside the tree area all the way like
To be.
inside on B. Yeah.
really,
With the prick going.
The
Yeah.
damage increase is significant.
It's a lot.
so apparently you have
Yeah.
to have a full magazine.
Yeah, there's 7. You have to have full 7 rounds in it to get that
It's
benefit.
kind of disappointing.
Yeah, but let me tell you, in PvE, I get to not feel disappointed because I almost always have full rounds, and I get to just
Really?
destroy stuff.
I got to be honest.
It's awesome.
It's hit or miss on strikes. Some strikes I'm like, where the hell is the special ammo? Other strikes I'm like, I've got so much I don't know what to do with.
Wait, you gotta have not only full ammo in the mag, you have to have full ammo in
Just
reserve.
the mag. Just
Just
the
the
mag.
mag.
Just the mag.
Just the mag.
But
Okay.
let's say you only have a magazine, you shoot a bullet or you shoot an explodey bullets.
Oh, and that perk is
then you,
yeah,
yeah,
because
it's
you can't
useless.
reload.
Yeah,
I gotcha. We also got update. What is it? 2.1.0 with some sandbox changes for supers. Chaos Reach got adjusted.
Mhm.
They fixed an issue in which having multiple Chaos Reach beams active at one time caused their visual effects to merge together.
ooh,
Don't
Yep.
cross the streams, man.
Don't cross the beams.
Fixed an issue to allow Chaos Reach beams to penetrate friendly banner shields.
Yay!
Fixed an issue in which Chaos Reach did not damage taken blights.
Oh, did not know that.
yeah.
It's gonna destroy those things now.
Who
Yep.
uses Chaos Reach on blights?
I only know that one existed because I tried it like in the first week of the game.
Changes to Chaos Reach cancellation will come with Destiny 2 update 2.1.1, scheduled for 12/4/2018.
Fascinating.
Is that that's next week, right?
Next week's update,
Yeah.
the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Noble
thing
Warp.
that Sorry, one thing if you wouldn't mind me throwing that in there. Shout out to whoever at Bungie is putting in the reset button for activities. I love you so much. I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah.
That was needed.
Yeah,
very
definitely.
Nova Warp, they fixed an issue in which Nova Warp would sometimes fail to detonate on release.
Could have not fixed that. That would have been fine.
That could be an issue. You're just like, oh, what's up, guys?
Jazz hands.
It's okay.
Giving them jazz hands, man.
With the Sentinel, they fixed an issue in which Sentinel shields and banner shields would lose energy when guarding near friendly detonations, most notably Thunder Crash.
All of these are boring compared to Spectral Blades.
Yes.
Well, Spectral Blades returned the Spectral Blades Super to the Spectral Blades Super to increase the reliability of melee attacks in PvP and to bolster the effectiveness of Super's stealth capabilities.
Well, let me tell you, feels real good.
Yeah, feels good.
The lunge is so much better. You can actually hit people. So much better. They also changed it to where you have your mouse pointing or where your stick's pointing or where you're facing. That's where you hit things. Instead of sometimes you would just randomly swipe behind you and you're like, why? Hello, I don't want to do that.
That seems like a really good upgrade.
Yeah.
It feels really good. It's super good.
Last night I got to try that out, Spectral Blades again. And yes, the registration much better. You know what else? I got the vest. The Gwynson, whatever it is.
Enjoy that till Tuesday, Tuff.
Is it getting the
Infinite Super?
Yeah.
Yep.
So right now the way that it works is you can just spam R2 after one kill and just keep it forever.
It seems to be a rhythm. Like you have to wait for the invisibility to kick in, and then you can do it.
Yeah, there's like a sound.
Yeah, a little
goes like ding,
Yeah,
ding, and then you can do it.
Yeah.
But you can't do it anymore after you make 5 orbs.
Yeah.
So after you make 5 orbs, you're just done. You can't do it anymore. But so they're actually fixing it to where you can't just get 1 kill and then keep spamming the heavy attack. But it's not going to go away after 5 orbs. So if you somehow manage to kill, go invisible, kill, go invisible, kill, go invisible, and you can do that forever, you get to keep it for longer.
That's good balance. Because it's really cool. I hope it's like consistent. Because right now in PvE, like sometimes it just straight up doesn't work. You'll get a couple kills, you'll go invisible, and it's like, nope, you're not wearing the vest.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't kick in.
Yeah, so I hope that's fixed as well. If they're going to take away the...
It'll be more consistent and less cheesy to just spam your heavy attack and keep it for 2 minutes.
I hear it.
I kept it for a whole round of survival. That was fun.
Yeah, I hear it's a little bit of an issue in comp right now.
Well, to be fair, if you have Ursa and shards, I'm going to use the vest and not feel bad about it.
There you go.
I heard
And one-eyed mask. And one-eyed mask. Yeah.
And one-eyed mask. You have that too. I will
something else.
Burning Maul, they're decreasing camera shake and screen flash on hit in an attempt to alleviate feelings of motion sickness when using the Burning Maul Super. They're doing that for Thunder Crash as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just more interested in, like, I don't know, increasing the damage of the spinny attack or something, because
it's so
it's
bad.
in PvP. It's like just increase in PvP. PvE, it's like you have to build up the damage stacks and then like pop it. It's kind of situational, but in PvP, it's like I have no damage stacks. I'm gonna swing this massive hammer and hit someone, and you just like bonk them for 65 damage. You're like,
I'm gonna look cool dying.
What? What?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Exotic Armor got a couple of fixes. They fixed an issue in which Ophidian Aspect was not increasing the melee range on various Warlock charged melees.
Oh, interesting. That's great.
They fixed an issue in which buffs granted by Lunafax boots would last for only 15 seconds inside Well of Radiance rather than the entire duration.
That's good.
They fixed an issue on Ursa Furiosa so that super gain from guarding is more consistent between PvE and PvP.
Good.
I hope that means it's reduced some in PvP, because like
you
take just a couple shots with your shield up, you're like, cool, I got my shield back, guys. We're good.
For weapons, Warden's Law, they replaced perks on Warden's Law that did not function properly with the weapon's archetype. Triple Tap replaced with Feeding Frenzy. 4 times the Charm replaced with Zen Moment. Warden's Law now has bullet contrails and updated the intrinsic perk text on Warden's Law to distinguish it from aggressive burst sidearms.
Okay.
They took away rapid hit?
Patrick's exploding.
They took away triple tap and replaced it with feeding
triple tap
frenzy.
and put feeding frenzy on there, which I think that's the only time it's not.
Only,
it's the only legendary weapon that it's actually on. But no, the one that makes me like go, what is removing 4 times the charm, which again, I think that was the only weapon it's on aside from the raid weapon.
Oh, my bad.
And then so I don't like removing that, especially since it was on like that was like one of the things you go for that. Oh no, it's on a sniper rifle too, never mind. But you put Zen Moment on it. Why? Zen Moment is one of the most garbage tier perks you could ever have for a hand cannon, especially on a slow rate of fire one.
High impact
I get it. That's a high impact one. Okay, you're gonna have more stability, but you have to land multiple shots for this thing to actually increase stability. Congrats! Now you're like deep into the mag. You got 4 shots left with high stability on it. Okay. Like Zen Moment is one of the worst possible perks to have on a hand cannon. If I have a hand cannon with Zen Moment on it, I'm deleting it. I don't care what other perks are on it. It is bad. It shouldn't be on hand cannons. You want to put it on like a scout rifle, something with high magazine size? Okay, that's fine. Maybe even like triple tap in Zen Moment. I could see arguments for that on like a higher rate of fire one because you're going to be landing rapid shots. But on a slow rate of fire, just no.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong there. I get you get to have like different tiers of perks on there to draw people to a weapon, and you can't every perk can't be good. But that one's,
sounds pretty bad.
It's like asking for a hamburger and you get a salad.
What a letdown.
I don't know where that one came from, but I hope that it's disappointment. That's all that one is.
High impact scout rifles are getting a damage increase by 1.87%. This is to make sure that in the Crucible, if you hit a Guardian 3 times in a row with headshots, they're gonna die, no matter what their resilience level is. Shotguns, rapid fire frame on shotguns now increases the reload of all shotgun shells when empty instead of just the first shell. Trench barrel perk now deactivates after 3 shots. Trench barrel description updated to reflect new behavior and also fix an error where it called out increased accuracy instead of increased reload speed.
Yeah.
So trench barrel is currently only on the Icarus shotgun, right?
Correct.
But we think it's going to be on other shotguns.
They showed it on the ViDoc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Submachine guns get increased range. Machine guns get increased accuracy.
Oh Lord.
Have you what? You can snipe with Thunderlord.
Yeah.
I
You
think
can
it's
straight
badass.
up go against a sniper with Thunderlord.
Mm-hmm.
And you will flinch them and they can't hit you.
It's the Thunderlord.
And you'll electrocute them.
Yes.
They explode. Yeah, Thunderlords are crazy, especially with like a controller. With mouse and keyboard, it feels a little like okay, I thought I was landing those shots, but man, with the controller, that thing sticks.
Yeah.
Interesting. I haven't felt.
It doesn't feel too bad with a mouse.
I haven't felt inaccurate.
It feels really good with the mouse, but let me tell you plug that controller in, man.
Yeah. That's not going to happen. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I can't imagine Thunderlord being more accurate with the mouse because the thing is already like lasers things.
I know.
Yep.
But
I don't know. There's definitely some weapons like the 180 RPM hand cannons. I always feel like they're better with a controller than they are with a mouse for some reason.
They are. They absolutely are.
Sidearms too. Like I feel like sidearms are better on a mouse.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Or better on a
burst
on a-
sidearms aren't that bad with the
No.
mouse if you usually just fire them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like S.
exotic weapons are getting some changes. The Prometheus lens is getting a damage increase of 10%.
Cool.
Wow,
That's pretty good.
All right.
Still won't use it, probably.
But it reloads after every kill.
Hardlight, they're fixing an issue where Hardlight could overpenetrate an enemy banner shield. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was intentional. I thought that was one of the perks of using Hardlight.
Yeah.
Huh.
Ace of Spades is getting a nerf. Memento Mori
nerf.
reduced to 5 bullets, but can now be refreshed on reload without having to get rid of all the bonus damage bullets.
It's a sidestep.
A sidestep.
It sounds like
It's
definitely
it's getting a juke.
It's a buff.
I don't consider that a buff.
It's a buff.
I don't consider it a buff.
It's a buff. It absolutely is a buff.
Why is it a buff?
Because I would. Okay, so previously you had to empty the entire 6 rounds of Memento Mori. So a lot of times, like mainly in PvP or PvE, where you kill a couple enemies. Now I have like 3 rounds left, 2 or 3 rounds left. Now I have to shoot those off, possibly missing the timing for getting Memento Mori rounds. Now after every single kill, I can just refresh them. And yes, I'm losing 1 round. So there are some edge cases where in PvP I will no longer be able to get the increased damage rounds for as long or more encounters. But again, you're trading it off for, being able to always consistently refresh it. So if you are reloading properly, you're going to always have the rounds up instead of having to play around emptying the mag. It's a convenience thing.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of like general fixes coming, but I'm going to scroll down to the Crucible. Mayhem is coming back as a 6v6 rotating playlist
in Season of the Robot Ninja. That's what the new 6v6 match made activity is, guys.
I hope not.
What's wrong with Mayhem?
Lockdown and Showdown. It's just I hope that's not the new 6v6.
That'd be
What's wrong with Mayhem? Lockdown and Showdown will return as rotating playlists and have been added to private matches. Scorched and Team Scorched have been added to private matches.
That's good.
Shax is getting new lines that are spread between Rumble, Lockdown, and Showdown. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I love when Shax gets excited.
I do like new lines.
Single round modes, Clash, Control, etc. now end with a match complete countdown similar to those displayed at round complete in round-based modes. They added new Crucible medals and associated triumphs for Forsaken Supers, the machine gun weapon archetype, and the Lockdown game mode. They added 2 new gold tier medals. They fixed an issue where the cycle medal was not being tracked properly. Iron Banner now awards unique Iron Banner theme medals with unique audio cues and uses new unique match complete banners.
I'm excited about the new audio cues and medals specifically for Iron Banner. I'm excited. I always like getting new medals, new voice lines, stuff like that. It's always nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I liked it when it was a surprise. Like back in D2 year 1 when he would sometimes have Reaper's voice lines from Overwatch when you would go on a kill streak.
Yeah, that was always hilarious.
Valor and Glory are now getting subdivided into 3 sub-ranks similar to Gambit. Valor and Glory have not subdivided the Legend rank, and Valor does not require players to win at Legend.
Okay.
Cool. Dim ranks though.
Words.
I'm just scrolling through to see if there's anything else that we want to talk about.
All these have basically already been put into the game too.
Primeval mechanics. We know the catch-up mechanic has been adjusted a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so who's all played with the played Gambit enough to maybe talk about the catch-up mechanics?
I played for about 4 hours the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played.
For about 3, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I gotta say the catch-up mechanics, it's pretty hard to catch up now. Yeah. Just straight up, like if another team pulls out ahead, chances are, unless you just have godly invades, you're probably not gonna.
Shouldn't it be that way though? I mean, they're ahead; they should have the advantage.
Yeah.
So I actually I found that when you are so far ahead, it can still be kind of difficult to finish off the Primeval because they at that point they just start dumping ogres on you, knights, failing shield dudes. So I feel like that's kind of their own catch-up mechanic, is that they're dumping so many dudes on the arena and you're just getting shot by so much stuff that it kind of gives them a bit more time to
they're also invading like constantly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those interesting things where if you you're incentivized like, okay, you got this lead. You better kill the primeval quick.
You got to kill it fast.
Yeah, you got to kill it quick.
I don't know. I feel like now it's going to be slightly different and slower to melt a boss just because of the nerf on the shotgun, pretty much. So that'll definitely be interesting to see what people try to use with loadouts and stuff to mount bosses. So looking forward to that.
One of the fixes that I haven't gotten to experience yet, but I was hoping to hear if anybody has tried it out yet, is that they improved the activity and destination load time on consoles. Has anybody played on console? Have you seen a decrease in load time?
I haven't played enough on console to notice it. Unfortunately,
I haven't booted up my console for D2 purposes in a while.
Bunch of PC elitists. You gotta come back down to earth, man. Get your head out of the cloud.
I have an ultra wide monitor. Why would I ever boot up my console again?
I've noticed the load times have changed on PC.
Really?
Yeah, there's been some changes. Like, okay,
what, can you like no longer get up and go get a cup of coffee or something?
Well, one in particular, when you load into the strike, I think it's Nocris. When you load in Nocris, is it that one? Yeah, I think it's Nocris. The almost all the time, I'd be waiting at the wall, waiting for that thing for everybody to load in. Now it's not happening at all.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's also affected the frame rate a little bit. Things just feel just a hair different. Like when you're playing with high frames, like you notice like little changes, little subtleties. So I think there has been some under the hood changes that have happened with like load times and also some weird frame rate things that have happened here and there.
Yeah, I've noticed similar things as well. For me, after I downloaded the update the other day, my game has been like hitching a little bit.
Yep.
And my frames have been dropping. And at first I thought it was me, but then I posted something about it on Twitter and other people were having like similar issues. So I don't know if they mess with something.
Public space hitching is pretty bad. I've noticed that.
Yeah. Definitely been some drops there.
I haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, usually after I restart my game or PC, it usually corrects itself. But
that was kind of the thing that was an issue when D2 first launched on PC. People were like,
"Oh, that was a bad issue."
Yeah, and then they've circumvented a little bit, but it's still related to being in a public space with a bunch of other people that are matchmaking in and out constantly. So like fixing it usually is like go to orbit, then your frames restore, and then you go back down, and then like it takes 10, 20, 30 minutes, and suddenly you're getting hitching again.
I'm not seeing that anymore. I was definitely experiencing that like early on, and then they fixed it, and then it came back at one point, but they fixed it very quickly again. But yeah, I'm not seeing it at all now.
But you're on an i9, so problem solved.
I am in an i9 and a 2080 Ti, so
problem solved.
Just throw fucking money at it; it'll go away. I think that's it for the patch notes. Anything else that we missed that anybody wants?
No, I'm just happy that there's these pinnacle weapons in there, and I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's so many. You have to play so many games. You have to do so many strikes." And I'm just like, "Man,
you got like three months to do it.
You got 3 months.
It's not really not that bad.
Yeah. I'm on the opposite side. I'm surprised at how easy it is to get.
Yeah.
No, they definitely are easy. Yeah.
Like you're literally just playing some strikes. You're just playing Gambit. Like I was expecting more quest steps and more things that were specific to getting the things that we were getting.
I like it when there's a mix of those things. You know, I like things that just drop into your lap after you do a mission, and I like things that you got to grind for a month to get. Like I like to have a laundry list of all different types of that kind of stuff.
I agree, but I feel like pinnacle weapons should be on you got a laundry list of things you have to check off before you actually get the pinnacle weapon.
For the pinnacle weapons, like I have a specific way that I like to play, and all of the pinnacle weapons involve me playing in ways that I don't normally play. So I'm having to use auto rifles, which I don't use. I'm having to use fusion rifles. I definitely don't use those. I'm going to have to use grenade launchers for the mountaintop. So it's
I'm probably not doing that.
Yeah, it's like I don't generally like using those weapons, so I'm not going to, but I want the weapon, so I'm going to go play with that. So it is requiring, I imagine, a lot of players to step outside of their comfort zone to then get those.
I don't want to use grenade launchers, so
I don't want to use auto rifles.
Yeah.
You guys want to use Twitter questions?
Do you want to use auto rifles long enough to then get that new auto rifle?
The
For
new
me,
auto rifle, I'm gonna
it's-
say.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if it's good in Crucible for like Watts and anyone else that plays Crucible, but
Yeah.
for
It's
me
really
on the
good in
PvE side of
PvE.
things, I have zero intention of actually using it. I'm gonna get it for like I said earlier for the job, but
Late gains.
yeah, if I step into like a challenge or something, or even on World Source Attempt on the 7th, I have no intention of using any type of AR unless it's really necessary.
Sometimes I have to grind like strikes or like missions for a while,
Yeah,
and I like to put my feet up, grab a controller, and use an auto rifle for a while. You know, it's just like totally chill out and play strike mode. And having a more powerful auto rifle sounds good for that.
It's a really good gun. I think people will be surprised when they use it how much fun it is and how good it feels.
Nice.
Because I don't particularly like auto rifles either.
I'm always open to any kind of weapon type personally. Like I recently got so one of the weapons that dropped from the saboteurs was a Galliard, which is one of the auto rifles, and it has outlaw, rangefinder with a reload, masterwork, and like light mag or something like that, and it's surprisingly good. Like, it reminds me of Genesis Chain, and I miss Genesis Chain, even though there's no explosions with it. But still, it's cool and it's relatively new. So yeah, I don't mind the whole auto rifle stuff. I mean, generally, I'm going to use a hand cannon if I'm going to be specific or choosy, or if I'm going in something that needs more range, I'm going to use like go figure for a pulse rifle. But I like trying out different stuff. In fact, using the fusion rifle this week has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like fusion rifles. Ninja Bob, I'm gonna go with Twitter questions. You guys ready?
That's fine.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Ninja Bob says, "Hey, Carolina Gamer, what are your thoughts on Twitch Prime?"
it is. It's a godsend. How about that?
Golden Riches says, "I heard he loves Hot Pockets. What's his favorite flavor, and when does he eat them the most?"
Oh God.
Who's there a time for a hot pocket? Like a time of day?
No, there used to be, and there no longer is, because I've realized that Hot Pockets are the devil.
Are you a breakfast Hot Pocket person?
No. When I did eat them, it was not the breakfast kind. It was like the regular like pepperoni or cheese kind.
Pepperoni, like pepperoni pizza kind of filling?
Yeah,
I feel like
and,
those could be
let's
breakfast.
yeah, they're
Well,
just
they make like
dangerous,
ones
so
with egg in them, I think.
I think so.
I'm not eating eggs that have been stored for an undisclosed amount of time.
Yeah.
I want to know more about the story though. What?
Yeah.
You don't eat Hot Pockets anymore.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
What was
What
the
happened?
last Hot Pocket?
Yeah,
know
what
what's going
hot
on.
pocket scarred you, CG? What
it
was
was
this?
4 cheese one
Ooh.
that was in my freezer for a good amount of time.
An undisclosed amount of time?
maybe over a year.
Oh,
Maybe. And I may have eaten it, and
Was it-
just lived in the bathroom for like a couple of days. but
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
It did you
Wow.
in, yeah. From that point
Yeah,
on, every time you think about a hot pocket, you think about the bathroom, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a dangerous place to be now.
I thought
You
when you
guys-
said it scarred you, like you were eating it without pants on, and some of the cheese like dropped on.
oh my God, that'd be a scarring experience.
Boiling hot cheese drop on you.
Can't get it off either. So
Yeah.
sticky.
That is the
Some
thing
people-
about Hot Pockets. That cheese can get to like the
Molten
approximate-
temperatures.
Yeah, approximately the surface of the sun temperature.
Mhm.
Wow.
But you would never know by holding the outside of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I have a confession.
Uh-huh.
I've never had a hot pocket.
I don't think they
Me
make gluten-free
neither.
hot pockets.
No.
I haven't either.
Yeah. They definitely don't have gluten-free hot
Sorry.
pockets. But like, even when I was younger,
Maybe
I never
bet-
had one.
I bet Trader Joe's has gluten-free hot pockets.
No?
Trader Joe's has like gluten-free everything.
Did you guys know Trader Joe's was owned by a Nazi?
What?
Yeah, like legitimate
okay.
Nazi. He was a Nazi, like a Nazi soldier.
What?
Yeah,
Soldier
look it
or
up.
like high-ranking officer?
Soldier.
Okay.
Joe's
Yeah.
a Nazi?
Yeah. So
His name is
that,
Joe.
the Nazi bought it from Joe, like way back when. In like the
Okay,
50s
so
or
Joe
something like that.
Joe is not the Nazi, guys. Let's
No.
not go defaming Mr. Trader Joe.
Briar,
But yeah, for like 60 years, that place was owned by a Nazi.
Trader Joe's
Aldi
been
too.
around that
The
long?
same guy owned Aldi.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hey, you own Walmart too.
This is disturbing.
Yeah, I just heard this. I was like, what? Trader Joe's deep dark secret.
They got such good snack options. This is troubling.
They had ultimate vanilla wafers. They have
They're
soy ice cream sandwiches.
Ultimate vanilla? That sounds Nazi to me. Racist bastards.
Oh man.
Oh jeez.
Level 19 CPU says, do you guys think the Vanguard / Gambit Pinnacle weapons should have been harder to obtain? Oh, we just talked about this.
Yes.
No, I think they have I think they have a good amount of grind in them. You don't. Yeah, there's no.
I haven't gone after them all yet, so I'm not real sure. Like some of them seem harder than others, that's for sure.
I feel like I can pretty much do that in a day, and that doesn't seem hard enough for me. Like to be a pinnacle weapon, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Like it's yeah, you can grind out one of them in an entire day.
10 hours of Gambit.
Yeah, like we did 10 hours of Gambit, and we still needed another lot of. We still needed another 20 matches of Gambit.
Something like that. Yeah.
It was
40 matches to complete, right?
Yeah.
So in 10 hours, you got 20 done.
No.
I think we did more than that. I think it was 20. I think we did 25.
Quick maths.
Yeah. Look, the point is we played a lot and we still had more to do. And
well, let me tell you, when you're solo, that thing's gonna suck really bad.
Yeah.
But when you get a bunch of try-hard friends, then it's fun and great and fast. But when you're solo Gambit, just don't worry about it. Just don't worry. Just use your auto rifle, kill things with it, and you'll be fine.
You don't have to win, right?
you don't have to win.
Yeah,
You don't have to win.
Complete match.
Yeah.
Although it still gets freaking frustrating. Don't know what it is about Gambit. Gambit makes me so mad.
It's like you just see people doing such random stuff in there.
It makes me so mad. I was playing on PlayStation with Tomo the other day, so it's me and him playing. Our 2 blueberries only went for 15. There was no other number that existed in their brain.
They doing the
They
bounty?
had a bounty.
Yeah, they were doing the bounty.
Maybe, but one of them was level 20 or something like that.
He
was really low.
Maybe
I'm just...
he really liked the big
He doesn't
boy.
know how to play yet. Yeah.
He was a fan of the big boy. Always want to drop a big boy.
Fan
on
of
him.
big
He
boy
kept
restaurants.
dying.
Yeah.
They basically ended up not banking any modes.
He likes the big boy burger.
He's like, let's say I like a tall boy, so I'm going to drop a tall boy every time I get a chance. All right.
Can I would like to take this opportunity to let everyone know
A PSA?
that going for 15. Yeah, a PSA. Going for 15 moats and gambits is not optimal. Ogres are very easy to kill with shotguns, snipers, basically anything.
Does this factor
the most annoying?
Does this factor the Ikelos nerf?
Yes. Okay, so the most annoying mob to kill are the phalanxes because you have to be there. They require positioning to kill, or else they immune a bunch of shots, and they also they knock you around. They are very aggravating to kill. So if you want to be a good Gambit player, just bank 5. Just bank 5. I mean, if you suddenly get 10, that's fine too. But going for 15, you only go for 15 when you're already ahead.
What if?
Never go for 15 when it's neck and neck or you're behind. It's not going to work.
What if you got a bounty?
So remember what I said about don't go for it if you're behind or neck and neck. Yeah, get ahead and then work on your bounty.
What if you? What if you suck?
My previous statement still stands there. If you suck, if you suck or you're just doing bad, then work on that bounty when you're ahead.
Chops Calisthenics says, long-time listener, first-time questioner. With the limited details shared on the Black Armory, what are each of you expecting for weapons and armor to earn in the end game?
I am expecting a bunny ear cape from the raid.
I want some 150 RPM hand cannons because those are my favorite archetype, and I feel like I'm still using the Midnight Q constantly.
I'm expecting a tactical nuke.
Ooh, I like it. What was the one from Fallout? Was that called Little Boy?
Oh, Fat Boy, right? Or
Fat Boy? Was it called Fat Boy?
Wasn't it? I didn't play Fallout enough. Somebody in chat.
It was a nuke. It was like a slingshot launcher nuke, basically. It was awesome.
Yeah, the mini nuke.
Yeah, mini nuke. Was it just called a mini nuke?
I think it was a Fat Man. That's what it was.
Fat Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm really hoping? I'm hoping for that these forges are allowing us to actually forge weapons. Like that feeling of, say, I don't expect it to be as deep as a game like Monster Hunter, but just that general feeling of going into the world and collecting materials and then taking it to a forge and forging it would be really cool. So
I want
really
some player agency in the forging process, right?
Yeah.
Like a forgeist doesn't like sit down with a piece of metal and start banging on it and be like, "Hey, it's a sword. Who would have knew?" And then like next,
video games have taught me that's exactly how it works.
Having watched tons of blacksmithing videos, that's exactly what it is. You just
that's a complete surprise.
Just someone hitting a piece of metal.
There you go, me lord.
Yeah, I'd like to player agency in there. I hope there's some kind of.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping the whole activity is us forging, like the whole horde mode is us forging the weapons.
So, yeah, I think if, just like you guys are saying, if there's some sort of influence that you can do for the end result, then that will be technically a first in the Destiny universe and be cool instead of it just being straight up pure RNG.
Mr. Goodbye says, "Do you think major leaks are good or bad for the Destiny community based on the leaks we've had in the past?"
They're bad for me. Continue.
Yeah, I think they're bad because people fucking get like these expectations in their head of like, oh my god, we data mined like a perk or something like that, and it's in the game. I expect it to be available fucking right now on this new thing that's coming out, and it's not, and I'm super fucking disappointed. It's like, okay, this all could have been solved. No, we wouldn't have had this problem if they just didn't data mine stuff. But people are always naturally curious, so they're going to anyway.
Yeah.
Just know of its existence. Don't expect it at times. So
I can't think of any way that it'd be good for the community.
Well, it gets people excited. That's the thing. Like hype and excitement, it derives from, oh, is this unknown? Did you hear about this? Like that's an essential
Bungie's pretty good at the hype thing all on their own, though.
Yeah,
they are very good at that.
Yeah, but it's because they're usually silent about a lot of stuff, and that's what creates the like,
especially with this DLC.
Yeah, that's what creates the ravenous need for a lot of people to be like, I'm just going to go and dig through a bunch of database stuff until I find something that might be something.
I don't like it.
I personally don't like being spoiled in leaks and stuff from data mining. I
want something to drop and for me to be like, holy crap, what is that?
Same. Yeah.
That's what makes Destiny fun.
Palaco Taco says, "What's better, Destiny 1 or Destiny 2? All the good and bad issues included and why?" I mean, we're not going to talk about this for an hour, but what's better, Destiny 1 or Destiny 2?
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2 right now for sure.
Destiny 2
for this current state, for sure. Like it's Destiny overall 2. Just better quality of life.
Yep.
Visually, gameplay wise, music wise,
frame rate wise.
It's just, I'm gonna factor like 1 to 5% of that being, there's more than just 2 platforms. There's 3 platforms.
Yep.
Yeah. One of them happened.
So it's 33% better.
And there happens to be an abnormally large amount of frames on that platform. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
I gotta say that D1 House of Wolves was pretty freaking magical, though.
I think for me, like my opinion on that question is gonna be biased because I mainly focus on PvE. Like I've seen a lot of discussion, like on Twitter and Reddit and stuff, like regarding PvP and how people currently hate like this meta that's apparently going on because of the grenade launcher thing. But for me, and my PvE bias side, I think this is definitely the best state that either Destiny has been in.
Yeah.
Crucible wise, I don't know. I play Crucible. I don't want to say I'm good at it or anything. I don't want to say like I have a valid opinion on it, but I think it could be better. There's always going to be like things that could improve in Crucible.
I don't really like Crucible at all right now. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I think a lot of people need to realize, and I was talking about this with someone the other day, is that this game is not Crucible. Like it's not a PvP game.
It's true.
When it really comes down to it, that's not what this game is about.
It has PvP in it.
Yeah. Like it's like a add-on to what's already there, and people don't take into consideration like how many people play the game that don't have like Twitter, Reddit, or even read like This Week at Bungie every week.
Yeah.
There's just casual people that play the game, and most of those people don't play as much Crucible as some of the people we interact with on Twitch or Twitter.
Yeah.
Like my mom.
Yeah, like Watts' mom.
Whenever I get hit with the question about the the PvP and the state of PvP and all that, I take the same stance. I remind people that I think personally the game is a looter shooter first. That's a PvE experience that has a functional PvP component that is fun when you don't take it serious. As soon as you start taking it serious and trying to make it an esport, it becomes incredibly flawed. Just the balance is so difficult, and they went down that path of trying to make it balanced, and it made a very bland experience that affected PvE really hard. So
I don't think PvP will be where quote unquote the majority of people want it to be unless they separate PvE from PvP, which I don't see happening in this game, at least.
Yeah,
maybe in Destiny 3, but
it seems like their philosophy is that anything you get in the game should be functional the same way anywhere. And I think it's very admirable that they do that, and they're trying to make that happen. But I do think it hurts the game, and I think PvE could be like considerably better. PvE is already amazing in this game, but it could be considerably better if they did not try to adhere to those standards with like crazy builds that could happen in PvE. But they're not going to do it because they want it to work in PvP as well.
All that being said, I was disappointed that Trials of Cyrus wasn't coming back in Black Armory.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. What's going on with that? I kind of want to start a mega thread on Twitter of just like, what do you guys want? No, not that. I want to compile like a mega thread of constructive feedback for people to let Bungie know what they want from a Trials experience. Because I get the feeling that with comp being in the game now, they don't know where Trials has a place.
Yeah.
So I would love. I'm probably just gonna do that. Just start a mega constructive feedback thread of what did you love about Trials. What's exciting about it? What's the kind of stuff you want to see from it, gameplay, loot-wise? Because I feel like Bungie needs some feedback on that. They're not asking for it, which I wish they would. I wish they'd reach out and be like, hey, guys, Destiny 1, we made this Trials thing. It was pretty damn cool. You guys liked it. What did you like about it? What gets you excited?
Do you think that's the PvP department that's not asking questions for Trials?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Because I personally, it's been a bit, and it feels like the PvP team has been quiet.
They always seem quiet, to be honest, compared to everyone else.
It's true.
I think the majority of people nowadays kind of want to just revert back to how it was in D1, just 3v3 elimination, which I personally wouldn't mind because I find that fun. But if you do make that thread on Twitter, just be prepared for some people to not post insight. And just
the internet, everything's always so constructive.
Yeah, I wish.
Be prepared for some passionate replies.
Like a private thread would be good for that. It's just get a bunch of hardcore guys in there, and
I would love for them to do that. I would love for them to have a community summit just for Trials and stuff like that, and bring people in to really nail that thing down.
I absolutely think they need to do that.
Trials was awesome, man. It was like playing in a little mini tournament.
Yep.
Every weekend. Yeah,
it was really fun.
I would sign on and look forward to playing Trials with my friends, and trying to go follow this and help people if I could. But
I mean, they know that we want it back as a community, so I'm sure they're working on stuff, and maybe the Forge is going to be
scared to bring it back and have it suck again.
They're like,
they want to make sure it's good.
They're like, okay, we got something, but what if it sucks? Let's not release it.
That fear is present in everything. It's the fear of showing something that you've created to people is that's just always going to be there. That's definitely not. I feel like
especially with Trials though, because they had it, they brought it back, no one liked it, they took it away for a really long time. So now when they bring it back, especially, I think they want to make sure that it's the experience and the gameplay that people are wanting, because it's been gone for so long. If it was gone for a week and they brought it back and it was 3v3 elimination, people are like, okay, cool. But being gone for so long, I think just keeps putting the pressure up and up and up.
So this is interesting with the whole Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten chase that happened with the season. I feel like a lot of that, like, okay, so Trials, in my opinion, is largely a loot chase mixed in with a game mode that was successful in terms of PvP for D1. D2, they brought out Trials, and they basically gutted the things that was fantastic about it. They gutted the elimination, and they gutted the loot chase. Like, you could get the loot chase so quick, and there was no real carrot at the end for going flawless. It was just like ornaments and armor and all that that didn't really affect your gameplay. So that right there, I feel like was replaced, or I feel like Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten essentially replaced some of that chase, and a lot of people filled that like Trials chase with those two weapons. And in my opinion, I think they just have to really nail the loot and the desire to get like that coveted weapon. Like, you wanted that the Doctrine of Passion, the Doctor of Passion, man.
The loot was only part of it though, man. Like, that game mode was just fun.
It was fun.
Elimination
It was
was
fast. It was exciting, and it was addictive.
Yeah.
You know, competitive is not any of those things.
But
it's definitely comes fast. Comes real fast.
The grenade launcher comes flying in fast.
here's the thing, though: a ton of streamers were made channels because people were interested in the loot. You know,
Yeah,
like that.
true.
Yeah, I guess that's
It
true.
was a whole faction of people that like just focused on that. Like, they even took off days that when Trials wasn't around because that's all they focused on their channel. And a lot of that drive was because people were
just like 15-hour streams.
Yeah, people were interested in getting the loot that they just could not get access to. And there was a lot of it. There wasn't, again, just that like one piece that that you'd get.
You also did get like 10 pieces every Trials run.
Yeah.
People really wanted the kitty cape, man.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people who I played with and did Trials with to go flawless, a lot of them just wanted that damn cape. So many of them.
Jur Henkel says, what NPCs would you want on your fire team? Ikora.
She is a badass.
Yeah, Ikora.
Hear about her all the time. You know, actually, I hear about Aphrodite a lot from the Drifter. Because when you're doing stuff, the Drifter's like, I only ever saw Aphrodite do this.
All right, so Ikora and Aphrodite.
Like kind of, yeah.
Gotta say Zavala for my
Nah, man, he can stay home.
He's gonna kill himself in his own bubble somehow.
Right?
I don't know.
If he doesn't kill himself, he's gonna yell at me for killing something. Anybody else? No? All right. Zero Uno says, on the last episode with Destin, you talked about how you don't want Black Armory to be nostalgic. After watching the ViDoc, do you think Black Armory is nostalgic or not? Didn't seem particularly nostalgic to me.
Seems like it's pushing forward.
Yeah.
Like it does deal with the past of Destiny, but it's not something that we've experienced. So it doesn't like get nostalgia for us, right?
Yeah, like so the Forge is definitely something new. That's like totally different. Ada, we didn't know about Ada really, right? So that's something different. That's not nostalgic. The only thing where I guess it could be is maybe the last
Thor's
word
hammer.
quest. But that shows it within that strike. The strike for Malfeasance, the special strike for Malfeasance. It showed that rock. So that's not necessarily nostalgia. It's a world and a lore that we sort of know about, but it's not, we haven't played that. Maybe the raid because it's Scourge of the Past. So maybe it's going to be a little nostalgic there, but it seems like they're going forward for the most part.
I want to be clear too. I don't hate on nostalgia. I just feel like Bungie pulls from that well too frequently, and they like if you do that, you can kind of ruin the effect of it, right? It's like if you play that card too often, then the card becomes less potent.
Yeah, no one's gonna want to do something they've already done in the past.
Yeah, especially if you pay for it.
Yeah.
What if Scourge of the Past is all the fallen dudes that we made really mad, and all the different houses came together?
Like, we had enough of these guardians, taking them out once and for all.
So we know how we're fighting and all. What about these guardians? They suck. Let's go. Let's just kill them.
They're like zombies, just killing. Jesus,
they are.
Special powers.
I mean, we are basically zombies.
Yeah, we do get resurrected.
Yeah,
it's true.
We're running out of time, so I'm skimming through the questions. Millimeter Mason says, why are people so apprehensive about spending $10 for 3 months of content, yet will gladly drop $10 to see a 2-hour movie or get Taco Bell? I don't know. I think if you spend $10 at Taco Bell, you can feed like 7 people.
$10 at the Bell? That's a yikes, man.
That's
$10 at the Bell.
That's tacos.
Yeah, right. It's like 255
Guys are
tacos.
making me feel
Sounds like you're going to be in the bathroom for a while.
It is weird that like people do complain about movie prices, but like if you look at like content or entertainment per hour, video games are at the great end of that spectrum, right? It's like the amount of money you spend per hour of entertainment is way lower than movies, right? Like even if you're renting movies now, it's like $5 to rent a movie and it's going to give you 2 hours. You pay $60 for a game and it could give you anywhere from 20 to, I mean, for Destiny, like some of us put 2,000-3,000 hours into Destiny 1 over the lifespan of it.
Yeah.
Yep. I honestly don't think it's the same people that are complaining about that and also spending like $30 at the theaters. I think they're like, yeah, I don't think they're the same people personally. It is weird. I think it's like it's a bandwagon thing. It's like, well, this is what we hate on, so I need to jump on that and complain about that.
Yeah, I am looking forward to seeing how the annual pass turns out as far as value goes. You know, at the end of the year, I guess we can make a decision. We'll get a hint of that for Black Armory. Like, I don't even remember how much the annual pass was. Now that I think about it,
$80, I think.
Was it that much?
Including
$30
Forsaken
for annual.
$30 for the annual, so $80. Wait,
I think the $80 thing was like if you bought annual pass with Forsaken and whatnot initially, which is probably what I did.
Yeah.
So it was Forsaken $40 and annual pass was $40?
Annual pass is $30 or $35.
It was $30. Annual pass was $30.
Yes.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Chat, help us out here.
Chat's saying 30, 34.
70, 35, 30.
I always buy the
34,
version that
99.
has the annual pass plus the thing I want in it. So I'm
I only do that if
Whatever
I'm
that
pretty
was.
sure I'm gonna.
Yeah, exactly. And
$35.
I'm pretty sure, so I'm just gonna buy it.
$35.
All right, so $35. $35 for 3 DLCs isn't bad, but they're not DLCs, right? They're annual pass.
Even better.
content
Add to
drops.
my end game. Makes me even more excited.
We'll see.
Give me more loot, more end game stuff.
I think that story, you know, like there will be things to look at the end of the year, like if we think the annual pass idea is a good idea or not moving forward. But
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, this one isn't. This one is different from the other, season pass type offerings that they've done, where you could individually buy the DLCs if it's like, I don't want that one, but this one has stuff that I want, so I'll buy that one. This one is, this is how much you're paying for the annual pass. You get all 3 of them. You can't, buy them piecemeal. You buy that.
Yeah,
that is true. They've always had like you could buy. Well, they've had it for year 1, but I don't think they've ever had it for year 2 or year 3. Like when you initially bought Destiny 1 and bought Destiny 2, I think you could buy like the year's worth of DLC along with it.
Right.
Yeah, the 2 DLCs.
But I don't think they ever did that for like a second year or third year. So this is the first time we've seen that. Yeah. It's interesting. It's worth looking at. Like, but we don't have the information to really.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting once September rolls around. See how a whole year of endgame expansion was.
Yeah, definitely.
Julian says, with Year 1 weapons getting the Black Armory rerun, what else do you hope to see make a comeback? Personally, I haven't found a shotgun that sounds better than Hawthorne's Field Forged, and we're sorely missing 180 and 200 RPM scouts.
Drek's Promise.
I would like to see Drek's Promise too.
Can I get a Black Armory, like super duper version of Drek's Promise?
They could call it the Uber Tuber.
The Uber Tuber.
It'd be Greg's Promise.
Greg's Uber Tuber.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yes.
Specific weapon?
No one else. Everyone else hates weapons.
No, I can't think of anything personally, but I guess this kind of like goes off this subject a bit. But I definitely want to see like more legendary like heavy weapons.
Yes.
Personally, because I'm so used to like running pretty much all my heavy weapons, if I look on Dim right now, are exotics, and I want some other legendaries to use besides maybe like a rocket launcher that I use every now and again. But definitely want to see that. And
heavy machine guns should help with that, right?
Yeah, potentially, but I just want to see like other like heavy snipers, or when I want to play Crucible and stuff too a bit. But
Yeah, a heavy shotgun would be nice.
Yeah.
You know, like
and I don't know how it is on console, but pretty much all the time on PC now, I've barely been using scout rifles at all.
I don't think anyone uses scouts.
Yeah, they just seem
They're
like
a
out
coward's
of place
weapon.
nowadays.
Why would you use a scout when you can use go figure?
Exactly.
Like you're wanting a long range weapon that hits hard consistently.
Yeah.
And that one drops pretty frequently, so people probably have it. Whereas scout rifles, it's like,
yeah,
I definitely understand that.
Hawkeye says, if you could raise anyone from the dead and make them a guardian NPC, who would you choose? The individual can be a dead person from fiction. My choice would be Kamina. You can ask Watts who that is if you don't know. I assume it's anime.
Yeah.
No idea. No idea.
No idea. All right.
No, absolutely.
Who would you choose? One person from fiction. A dead person from fiction.
Dead person.
Yeah.
Fiction.
And you're going to raise them to make a guardian. Yes.
Fiction.
Hey, wait, no, a guardian NPC.
NPC.
No. Any dead person from fiction, you're going to raise them up to make them a guardian NPC.
Yeah, NPC.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're gonna have a really boring job.
They're going to be a quest giver.
Like,
you know,
they're gonna be sitting there, right?
I bet Dumbledore would be an awesome quest giver.
Ooh, good choice.
Spoiler.
That is a spoiler.
Wait, all of these are spoilers?
These are all spoilers.
They're all spoilers. We can't answer this question. If it's a dead fictional person, then that's major spoilers. Unless they start off dead.
I don't know. If they're becoming an NPC, I would want them to be like someone who was just like not a they were an evil character, so they are cursed to have to stand in the same spot forever, and like just have people run up to them and be like, "Oh, this is all you're offering this week? Fuck you!" and then go away.
You mean Zerg?
Ooh, yeah, basically.
I saw John Wick's dog in chat. I think that's a pretty good one. As an NPC to give.
I'm going to go with Jacques Snicket.
Okay.
Now he was in a series of unfortunate events, and he was played by Nathan Fillion.
Oh.
There
we go.
I'm drawing a blank on
I
what he has to say here.
Ultron Son of Oryx says, "What's your game of the year?"
Monster Hunter World. If we're picking from the specific list for the Game Awards.
Yeah, I think God of War.
I can do a whole podcast about this.
It's between God of War and Red Dead. I think God of War edges it out, honestly. After I think about it,
I think God of War would be mine. Red Dead would be there, but the controls are just terrible.
It's not really the controls for me.
No,
I think it's just the entire experience for God of War was so well crafted.
It was really good.
I'd probably go with Watts to say Monster Hunter World, because that one, like, it was the first time I'd really played a game like that, and I don't know, it got its hooks in me, and it had really fun gameplay that you could either just kind of scratch the surface of over time, or you could go really in depth with it and have really fun builds. It just completely changed how you would play the game.
You could play it solo or with friends.
Yep.
It was a fantastic game.
System of inviting people. I hated it initially, but then it was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah, it was kind of brilliant.
Really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Just give out a code and be like, join up on the code.
Yeah, exactly. Join my lobby.
Alan says, have you guys ever seen a UFO or a ghost in real life? If so, explain.
Yes.
I
can't talk about it.
I have not.
Can't talk about it.
Exactly, Tefty. I can't talk about it.
Government forbids me from talking about it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The answer is no for everybody, even if you think it's yes.
It's yes.
Good way to put it.
Yes, Brian, totally. Have
Yeah.
not seen anything.
Nope, nothing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Reynolds says, "What's everyone's favorite holiday treat, or maybe one that you like that is usually known as a bad one?"
Hmm.
I prefer the canned cranberry sauce over any recipe I've ever had at a
I think everyone
Thanksgiving dinner.
does. I think everyone does. Right?
There's definitely
Okay,
people who
Tefty.
prefer their own recipe, but I always prefer the canned over.
I mean, it's not bad, but like once you've had really good cranberry sauce, like
That's what
I
everybody
have.
says, and then
I
they serve the
have.
cranberry
It's called
sauce, and I'm
from the
like,
can.
I'd rather have the can. I used to feel that way about stovetop stuffing, but I've changed my ways in the last 5 years or so.
Stuffing is so good. It's probably the best side.
Why are people in chat saying canned chicken?
Oh god.
What's up with
Next
that?
question, Briar. Briar, you got a next question?
What is
Canned
canned chicken?
Yeah.
All right, pass up.
It's I don't know if there's any Slayer subs in the chat right now, but unfortunately
some.
Slayer has an emote, and it's an emote of canned chicken, which
Mhm.
you replaced one of my favorite emotes of his, Kaz Noise, for that.
Mhm.
And ever since then, I've been completely memed for hating it. And it was actually a running meme leading up to Guardian Con. If they would raise a certain amount of money, I would eat an actual canned chicken on my own. They did not hit the goal, but ever since then, it's been pretty much an ongoing meme with me.
So
and my
you've never
friends.
eaten a canned chicken?
No, I just the idea of canned chicken to me is just so weird.
You're
It
not
is weird.
You're not off. If you've ever seen, just go to
I've never
YouTube,
seen it.
type in
and-
canned chicken opening, and you will not want to eat for the rest of the day.
I'm
Yeah,
doing that
it's-
right now.
That's a good
It's
diet.
terrible.
It's a great
Chicken.
dietary thing. It's one of the most unappetizing things you'll ever see. The front of the package will usually look really good. It's contains delicious broth and
No,
all this stuff,
slime.
and then
Slop.
Yeah, it looks
can
like-
a chicken.
Oh, it's like a whole chicken.
Yeah,
in
a whole
can.
Yeah, stuffed
Yes.
in the can. Yeah,
What?
It's not that
How
big
small-
a can either.
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
So they just
Oh, God, no.
Wait.
That-
Who would
it
make
looks
that an emote?
desiccated? Like it
Mhm.
looks like it's been in. Oh God!
Whoa,
It's
really?
it's
I
like
thought
someone
you're talking about
described
chicken
slow
breast.
cooking. Yeah, no,
No,
it's
it's
the whole
literally
chicken.
an entire
Like the bones
chicken.
and everything,
Yeah,
Whoa,
no, whole-
But it
are
In
you
a
serious?
tiny can.
dude. It
Yes.
comes out and it looks like it's been rotten in there for years.
Who would
it's
eat
like
that?
someone described slow
That's-
cooking a chicken to someone, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, I'm going to cook it really slowly in this can over the course of 5 years." And this is
Oh,
what you're
that
gonna
is
Mhm.
horrific.
Yeah,
It is vile.
legit thought you were talking about the canned chicken breast. And I was like, it's canned chicken breast.
No, it's
Apparently, it's a hit in the keto world.
no.
Disgusting.
Cook your own
Canned
damn
chicken.
chicken.
I'm busy, Patrick. I need
Oh.
my chicken.
I need
from
a meal
can
prep. I need a meal prep my chicken.
in my can.
Yeah, 5 years ahead of time.
You can go to a grocery store though, and they got those roasted chickens just sitting there.
There's
Rotisserie
frozen
chickens.
chickens.
Yeah. Rotisserie
There's
chickens
frozen
are some of the best value at a grocery store. It's like
To be
$4.
honest.
Or
Yeah.
$5 for a rotisserie chicken. Hell yeah, I don't even care if it's not spiced that
Kind
well.
of depends on the store, honestly.
that.
Sometimes it's like $10 for like a small bird. I'm like, nah.
You probably only shop at Whole Foods.
No, this is at like
Dude.
the cheaper place.
I would pay many of $10 to eat a roasted chicken over what I just witnessed on
yeah.
YouTube.
I definitely wouldn't eat that. That's for sure.
What? Oh no!
Yeah, like I
It
said.
looks like some kind of gross
sure.
alien ate it and then Mama birded it into a bowl.
Appetizing.
Sly says, if you could never lose a thumb wrestling match or a rock paper scissors match, which one would you choose?
Rock,
I'm
paper,
going
scissors.
rock, paper,
rock
scissors.
paper scissors every time.
Rock,
Yeah.
paper,
Yeah.
scissors, absolutely.
I can't remember the last time I had a thumb wrestling match, but I've had a rock paper scissors match in like the last week.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen the clip from there was like a Japanese rock paper scissors contest, and it was one shot. It was basically one shot only. Like
they do one at the World Series of Poker every year.
Okay, but there's a specific Japanese one where it's like just two women that are doing rock paper scissors, and they both show, and then the one person wins, and she's just like screaming at her hand. Just it's one of the things you have to see.
She's angry at her hands.
You
No,
could
no,
actually win
she
money at rock
won.
paper scissors.
She's won.
Oh.
She won.
Oh, so she's like, thank you, hand.
Yeah, she's like crying and screaming at her hand.
What if the stakes were so high that if you lost your hand, but if you won, you had like, you know,
you get Miggy.
You get to keep
You
your
won
hand.
their hand.
you get there.
You keep it around as an ashtray.
I don't know what I'd do with all these hands.
Like
You
a
could make a
monkey paw
hand
ashtray.
necklace to show how much you've won.
I could stick it on my face like the person in my
you can.
hero. Yeah.
You would have a
If
great
you're really good,
cosplay.
you get a necklace of like 5 of them hanging around your neck, you know, just like dangling fingers.
And that's
or you could have them all doing different gestures, you know.
that's why you pick the ability to never lose.
Just farming hands.
Put it in
Farming
your back
hands.
window of your car, just giving everybody the finger.
Oh my god.
Justice Beaver says, I'm not opposed to buying off-brand things, but I bought some off-brand Oreos the other day, and it was a serious letdown. What are other things that should not be purchased off-brand?
Off-brand canned chicken.
The only correct brand of that is the one it's, you buy it before it gets put in the can.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Off-brand.
Off-brand Coke is quite terrible.
All right, this
It
might
just
sound.
What is
really
that?
weird.
Isn't that called Pepsi?
Off-brand Pepsi is even worse.
Yeah. I
Is
think
that
water
RC
for
Cola?
me.
Whoa, dude.
Off-brand water.
Off-brand
Shut up.
water?
No, literally, I know it sounds like, and it makes no sense,
from
but
the tap.
like, I don't know who shops at
Is that
Walmart,
Offbrand?
but like, Great Value water is like the most disgusting water I've
tap
ever
water,
had
right?
in my entire life. It's
I
so
mean,
bad.
It's all
It's
basically
bath
tap
water?
water, but
Oh,
they use bath water, not tap water.
Bathwater. Yeah.
bath water after you've had a canned chicken?
It's like gray water
Cooked
from
with
the
hot
trailers
dogs?
in the parking
Yeah.
lot.
Oh my god.
I can't think of anything. I know cell phones are probably a bad off-brand purchase. Right?
Even like
Yeah,
some of the
right.
like not higher end like ones from good companies are pretty rough.
Oh, headphones. Headphones, man. Like
Oh.
they sell like
Oh.
headphones in like Walgreens and like Walmart that are like these off-brand knockoff headphones. So like, I don't know. My kids have gone through probably 30 of them in the last couple of years because they always want headphones, but they're pretty hard on them. So like I've bought them like nicer headphones in the past, but they don't last very long because they're, they like sleep with them on. So they're just hard on this stuff. So, but man, we've had headphones that lasted like for days. Like this, like gummies. You ever seen gummies headphones? They're like all different colors.
No.
No.
The cheap stuff is bad. It's real bad, and they sound terrible.
Hmm.
We've started buying Klipsch headphones, and they're pretty good. The in-ear
Klipsch
monitor headphones, they're pretty good. They hold up well, and they sound pretty good, and they're not that expensive.
I'm trying to look over to like my cabinet or something to see if there's anything off brand in
I
there.
would say
In general, I
Yeah.
prefer to buy something once and buy it
Yeah.
right, and not have to buy it 3
You
times.
you don't want to
Mhm.
buy an off-brand gaming console. You're going to get a bunch of weird games that you never heard of, and you're not going to want to play.
You talking about Xbox? You're busting on Microsoft, aren't you?
No, you know what? Legit, I remember being a kid and getting like some sort of gaming thing that was like clearly copied from some other crap that was just bad games.
The controller just like you pick up the controller and you're like, this feels like it's not going to work.
Yeah, like it's just going to break after an hour of use.
And
When I was a
it
kid,
does.
my granddad gave me a Commodore VIC-20 that had a tape deck. That's how you loaded.
Mhm.
That's how you loaded games onto it. And the one game I had that I ever had was called Snackman, which was a Pac-Man clone. And you had to
Oh,
load it off a
God.
tape
Snackman.
deck,
Yeah.
which took about
Snackman.
20 minutes to get right, and then it would constantly
20-minute
error
boot
out
up?
because it was reading off a tape, like an audio cassette tape.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
weird.
That's very strange.
I had something for this.
Okay.
Off-brand crawdads. Don't buy them. Bad.
Mm.
Off-brand
yeah, no,
mag-
Any
if you-
seafood, I would say.
Yeah.
Do you like crawdads in a can?
Yeah. Would you?
They don't come in a can. They come in like a vacuum sealed package.
That's what I would have said about chicken until a couple of minutes ago.
Mhm.
Have you Googled crawdad can?
Oh boy.
I have not.
Oh boy.
I have not.
Might be there.
Canned crawdads.
I could see putting that one into
Oh, okay.
Urban
No, it was-
Dictionary
it was-
too.
Okay. No, it was like my dad one year, like, love them. And like GameCube was the big thing that year. and like there was a box that was the size of a GameCube box.
No.
And under the Christmas tree, I was like, holy shit. And I told my friends, I'm like, guys, I think my dad got me a GameCube for Christmas. And they're like, oh yeah, I can't wait to come over and let's play some games. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Come Christmas morning, it was not a GameCube that I opened. I imagine tearing the packaging off and finding an off-brand robot dog. Not even the main brand robot dog, like the Office Depot brand robot dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
One time for my kids for Christmas, I filled Xbox 360 console box with socks and underwear.
Brutal.
That was a pretty good one.
Wow.
That is a good one.
A couple years later, I gave them 3 Wii U games and then pretended like I didn't know the difference between a Wii U and a Wii. I thought they could just play these on their Wii. I had bought them the Wii U, but I was, the joke was
You were trolling them, yeah.
That's pretty good.
And they were so polite that they didn't even say anything.
Oh wow.
You raised them right then. It's a test.
I definitely would have said something.
Yeah, no, like when I got that robot dog, I was like, my dad was like, I figured you could do more with this than a game console. You're just going to sit there and play that. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I would have done with that, Dad. Yep.
Could have made young Patrick, many friends.
Yeah, many
but
friends.
Instead, he has his off-brand robot dog.
And I tried to make that dog work, really did, but man, the off-brand, the audio sensor, it didn't. The audio sensor was so cheap you couldn't talk to the dog and like maybe recognize something. You had to clap to it. So you had to basically learn.
This is like a dog that was modeled after whatever was being sold at like the Sharper image.
Yeah,
like they had the Sharper image, cool dog, and then like this is some crap.
Yeah, and there was this thing where you had like you had like a remote to control it that didn't work. You had to clap to it, and so you had to learn like really long clap sequences to make it do the simplest
like Morse code.
This dog was manufactured by Nazis. That's what it was, right?
Did you buy it at Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's at the time. No.
Shouldn't have got the Nazi dog, man.
I think that thing is still like on the shelf where I tried for like 2 weeks to get the thing to work. Maybe it would do something cool. Just put it up on the shelf, and eventually I lost the charger. So it's just.
I honestly feel bad for kids that are like current kids, and even like kids that are like probably like 10 years younger than I was. Like when I was a kid, I was playing with the best goddamn toys. They had guns that looked like guns, right? Like Enertech was like water pistols that looked like real goddamn weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They had He-Man and G.I. Joe and like Star Wars and like all sorts of awesome toys. I look at toys now and they look terrible. Like they don't even look like fun.
No fun.
What are kids looking at their phone all the time?
Here's one.
They're all playing Fortnite.
Yeah. Here's one. Off-brand tablets. Like the really cheap, shitty tablets. It's like, it has a touch screen, and when you touch it, it's like
you meant medicine.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, that's actually go for
dangerous.
that.
Go for that off-brand shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's gonna do. It's got a big B on it, but fuck it, let's take a couple.
It's got the same stuff in it. Just read the labels. But no, like an off-brand computer tablet. Like when you press the screen, it's like, oh yeah,
this still got coding in it.
Yeah, the computer tablet still has coding in the screen. Coding. Yeah.
Coding drugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't get an off-brand tablet. Again, my dad bought himself an off-brand tablet. He's like, yeah, it was $15. This is gonna be great.
$15.
Did not have the heart. It couldn't boot up. Is how shitty it was. Like you could see it trying to load the Android operating system, but it just couldn't make it.
Yeah, probably for the best anyway.
Yeah.
CG, how do you feel about
just a little less information Google has on your dad now?
How do you feel about these off-brand things, CG? How do you feel about it?
Yep, definitely just buy it once so you don't have to buy it again, just like it was stated earlier.
How about controllers? How many controllers did you guys get from like Blockbuster Video or GameStop that were off-brand controllers? You always handed that off to your buddy. You never used it, right? It was always for multiplayer games.
Yeah.
You go over your buddy's house and they'd have like a GameStop brand controller. It was a complete piece of shit.
I was an only child and didn't have many friends, so I only had one controller. I never got one.
I remember GameCube, or not GameCube, N64 controllers were the worst. They were the worst. Like the off-brand ones were terrible. Anyway, Mohican9 says, no question about short, scary story. Well, Tucky. Oh, okay. He's got a story. We're gonna listen to a story.
Sure.
All right. While tucking my son into bed, he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement and see him, another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." Let that one sink in for a while.
Did this actually happen?
I don't think so. Watts.
Well, I was saying, did that actually happen to him? Or is he just telling us a story?
In an M. Night Shyamalan movie right now?
Am I reading the Halloween questions? Like, did I get this wrong?
I think you did it wrong. I mean, if you ever want to freak out your significant other, as you guys are like in bed, you're just starting to doze off, just be like, "Hey, there's someone in the corner." That's all you gotta say. And you just drift
I was
off.
thinking hide under the bed and wait till she walks by and grab her by the ankle.
That'll work too. I can't fit under my bed.
Just saying the words Dutch oven gets her out of bed pretty quick anymore.
I'm up.
Cobalt says, what famous historical event do you wish was live streamed on Twitch with a live chat and everything?
Historical event?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
The first time someone ever farted and then someone else laughed to it. Like the realization that farting is funny.
Wow. I mean, I'm
and then it would be like an
go way
undisclosed
back.
time during the stream. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
But it would be like, like just like an hour period of time stream, so you don't know when it's going to happen.
How about the very first Olympics?
like ancient
That's
Greece.
also very ancient, yeah.
Mm,
That'd be kind of
Ooh.
cool to see.
I want to.
that would be cool.
They'd be naked though. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, they're definitely
Yeah.
gonna get term of service. on
Yeah,
Twitch.
they're gonna get banned. I'd say the very first Spartan kick. Live stream that, baby.
Last question of the evening.
Okay.
OMG, it's Scoot says, what is your favorite Christmas movie? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or Elf? And why is it Christmas Vacation?
It's Christmas Vacation.
I haven't seen any of those movies.
Oh,
Really?
you need to see Christmas Vacation.
I don't watch movies. Sorry.
Really?
What if someone were to adapt an anime of Christmas Vacation?
If it was an anime form and not movie, maybe.
Yes. Like
Yes,
an
yes.
actual episodic thing. I need to pitch this.
I
to
like
someone
the
now.
I like the Disney Christmas movie with
The Disney
Little Timmy.
Christmas movie.
Which one?
Which
Oh,
one?
the carols, like with the Bah Humbug guy.
The Bah Humbug.
Oh
guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
A Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story.
Christmas
The
Story.
Disney one.
A Christmas
I like that
Carol?
one.
A Christmas Carol? A Christmas,
Christmas
Story. Isn't that
Story.
with Ralphie and the BB gun?
Oh, that's my favorite. That's definitely my favorite.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, we own that actually.
I think A Christmas Carol is the one with Scrooge.
It might be Christmas.
Yes.
Story.
I'm gonna go with a yes on
The
that.
Disney one.
Mm-hmm.
I really do like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I think I haven't watched it in probably 20 years, so I'm not sure if it holds up. But I remember there being some
it'll come
really
on TV.
funny stuff. I don't watch TV. Like
I
It's
don't
not like
watch
when I was
TV
a
at
kid.
Christmas.
like I don't have cable, so it's not like I don't turn on a TV and like surf channels, right? Like I go on Netflix or I go on Hulu or I go on Amazon Prime or whatever and seek out what I want to watch. So it's not like when they used to play A Christmas Story like on rotation for a month. Like that just doesn't happen anymore. I mean, sure it still happens, but I'm not exposed to it anymore. It's like commercials. How many commercials are you not exposed to anymore now that you don't watch cable
Commercials
TV?
on Twitch, I guess that's about it.
It's true.
Yeah, I think a lot of people.
I don't even
nowadays
see
just have
commercials on
Netflix or
Twitch
something.
though.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
don't anymore.
It's been so long since I've actually seen commercials.
Yeah.
Because of whatever service I pay for the one that doesn't have commercials on it.
Yeah, so do I. I even pay for that on YouTube.
Yeah, like,
Me too.
and I just happened to like not be logged into it on my phone one day, watched a video and it had like an ad for some toy. And I'm like, oh, this is an advertisement. Yeah, I still hate these. Great.
Yeah. Like every once in a while, like a series will come on like FX or USA, and I want to check it out. And like you get exposed to like a internet stream that still has like that standard commercial format in it.
The worst.
Oh my god, it's so annoying. Like you get commercials like every 10 minutes.
Because what happens also is you start negotiating with yourself, like if you're willing to spend the money on the episodes to like buy it, so you don't have the
Yes.
you know, so you're like, you're like, all right, well, do I really want to spend 20, 30 bucks for the season? We'll see. We'll go through an episode. You get through like the second episode, and then you're like, that's it. I'm buying it. I don't care. I can't stand this.
Yep. I'll spend the $30 on season whatever of Mr. Robot. That means I don't have to watch commercials. It's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only thing is, for some reason, I don't rewatch TV. Like I will rewatch movies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if I buy a season of something, like, I'm usually going to watch it through once and never return to it. Like except for something extraordinary like Game of Thrones.
I love Game of Thrones. And Breaking Bad. I watched Breaking Bad at least 3 or 4 times now.
Wow.
All the way through? Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Wow.
I watch anime all the way through many times now.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah. How many times I've watched Full Metal Alchemist? Oh yeah, you got to rewatch that.
Anime's got
Shit
that
you don't pick up on.
replayability.
Turns out you don't gotta.
Yes, you got it.
You do. You do. Because eventually you're going to be in between anime seasons. You've exhausted the series that you
Exhausted your supply.
you wanted to watch. Yeah, and then you're just like, all right, go back to that good shit that I know I like.
Yep.
Is it
Mhm.
because you like it on in the background?
No,
You have to
it's
read
like-
it.
What?
Yeah.
You rewatch? You have to read it again?
Sometimes. Depends on if it has a dub or not.
Huh.
Never.
Yep, never
Never.
watched anime.
You never watched the dub version once?
I refuse.
You refuse to watch the
watched
dub
the dub version of Full Metal Alchemist.
I have not.
Oh, it's so good.
No. It is okay for a dub, but it is not good.
Wow.
You miss out on so much emotion when you listen to
You're an
dubs.
anime elitist.
She's
Yeah.
No.
that's-
But let's
How
look
many
at it like
frames
this,
them
right?
anime's got, huh?
Any form of media that is created in a country, in a language, is usually better in its original form than when you go to the other form.
I
that
don't
it's
know,
put in.
man.
Yeah.
The dub's pretty fucking good for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
It's one of like 2 that you can watch and not want to shoot yourself in the head.
Wait, you do that. You
Oh.
got Cowboy Bebop.
Do you know what I did? You know
Trigun.
what I did when I was in Paris? There was nothing on TV for me to watch, but they had Hunter x Hunter in English. I just sat there and laughed my ass off.
Well, the
entire
Hunter x
time.
Hunter one isn't fair.
So bad. It's so
That's fair.
bad.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
It's really
Well,
bad.
I think
Oh, but people are gonna get very mad.
I know they will, but
Sorry, guys. The
think it's
screen just
worth
turned
having.
off in the middle of that conversation because I totally forgot to move the
Hefty.
mouse.
Probably good.
Turning
It's
the
probably
screen
good.
off.
It's probably
I
good.
forgot to move the
Just
probably
turn
a
it
mouse.
off.
thing.
Yeah.
Just turn it
Mhm.
off.
That's
It's,
okay.
you know,
Chat was just listing off words that don't make any sense together anyway.
Yeah.
I assume they're anime names.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just turn it off. No one needs no. Yeah.
All right. That was it. That was the last
That's-
word.
Speaking of turning it off, thanks for
All right.
watching this podcast, everyone. 100 and like something episode. I let that one slip out of my head already.
They're
12.
112. Like Peaches and
112.
Cream, like the music group that no one knows of. No one knows who 112 is, and I'm disappointed.
Is it an anime related?
No,
Such an anime
it's
music
an
group.
R&B group.
I feel
Oh
like we
my
learned
God.
a lot. We learned about 112. Learned that there's
Mhm.
canned chickens.
Canned chicken
We
exists.
learned
Oh,
we learned that there's 225 crawdads in 15 pounds.
There definitely can be more.
It was a learning episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the more you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Thanks everyone for tuning in to this fact-filled episode. If you want to find more of me, I'm at Hilton_YT on Twitter, or you can find me.
He broke again. He broke again.
Holtz's broke, guys.
frozen.
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me streaming on weekday afternoons look for Briar Rabbit on Twitch. You can find my YouTube channel. Just look for Briar Rabbit, or talk to me on Twitter at the Briar Rabbit.
I'm Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter. You can catch my streams, twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. And yeah.
I am Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Just search for Miss 5000 Watts.
I'm CarolinaGamer99. You can check me out on Twitch and Twitter at CarolinaGamer99. Majority of people just call me CG, though, by the way, because my name is absurdly long.
Nice.
Fair enough, dude. Thank you for coming onto the podcast.
Thanks for
man.
having me, guys. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
All right. Thank you all for listening. Bye.
We're gonna roll credits and be back for sub readouts.
Nailed it.
Bye. Bye.
All right, you can stop recording.